Well, holy moly. Are we plugged in over here? We are. Morning, everybody. It's a Dad Dash Thursday morning. It's Dad Dash Thursday morning. Of course, the testiculars are low. Of course, the testiculars are low. We're here because this is a very, very, very important day. Very important day. Then I'll tell you why that's an important day in a minute. Why it's an important day in the minute. But I ain't going to tell you yet because nobody's here but me. We're having the coffee this morning. We're having the coffee. We're wearing the hat. Uh, I've been told that I look like I am a new cast member of The Most Dangerous Catch, and that would just be fine. I think me as a greenhorn, 55-year-old greenhorn, I'd be a star. I'd make myself a star on the most ridiculous, dangerous catch. I think is it the most dangerous catch? I think it's the most dangerous catch. Deadly catch. Deadly. Dangerous ain't dangerous enough. We need some deadly. I need to see people die every once in a while if I'm going to believe it's dangerous. I need a few dead people at least every once in a while. You got to die. I need a body count. Remember what that Don Henley said? It's interesting when people die. Give us dirty laundry. Give us dirty laundry. Maybe Dad Dash will do a cover of that for you sometime. Dad Dash do a cover of Dirty Laundry by the Don Henley of the Eagles, of the formerly of the Eagles, now returned to the Eagles because time goes on. Time goes on. Well, it's a lovely day in our neighborhood. I hope all you know that it is a lovely day in our neighborhood. We're going to talk about that today. Today, I ain't even titled the broadcast yet because it's all a surprise to me as well. Everything is a surprise to me. I don't know nothing before it happens. It's just all a surprise, and I like it. I like that. How's everybody hearing me? Is the sound good today? Let's see. Is the sound good enough to be good? I hope it is. I hope it is. Let's make sure we close this. We're going to close that and close. Quit. Okay, we're going to quit. We're going to quit. Do a mini log outage. We're just going to quit those that email program. It's nice to see. Let's see who's here with us this morning. I'm very excited to see who has shown up in the live chat. I have not showered for you. I have not shaved for you. I've done nothing. I've just gotten up. I've been hanging out with my friend Quentin Maurice Williford of Minneapolis, who's been doing live dashing for you under the name Dashing Q23. Dashing Q23. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the Dashing Q23. Okay. The rain in Spain. Hey, good morning, Bigfoot. Bigfoot first in the chat. Well, that's appropriate, Bigfoot, because I'm always the first in yours too. Or no, not always the first in the chat. You got some super fans now, but I'm one of the first. I'm one of the first. Well, since Bigfoot's here, and since I know that we exist on the interwebs, we should probably welcome ourselves to this wonderful morning. Let's see, Mr. Dad Dash's neighborhood karaoke. Okay, Mr. Dad Dash's neighborhood karaoke. We're gonna go with a different version of the karaoke than last time because the timing on that last karaoke was very confusing to Dad Dash. It was a little upsetting to me. I couldn't follow whatever they were attempting to do. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood theme song lyrics. I don't need the lyrics. I need the karaoke. The karaoke. Okay. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood previously performed by various. Okay, let's see. This seems like it could be okay. Let's give that a test run. Hey, we got two people in the chat. Who else is here spying on me on the interwebs? Who else is spying on me on the interwebs? Wait, three? No. Okay, maybe I'm number three. Maybe I'm number three. I'm gonna say. So this morning I was again hanging out with my friend. My friend Quentin, Maurice, Williford. That's who I was hanging out with this morning. Is Quentin Maurice Williford? Quentin Maurice Williford. Okay, I'm excited about this. We got to get our morning started right. We got to get all ready to be ready. Otherwise, we will not be prepared, and that would be a tragic. Let's say, okay. How long's this intro? So it's a karaoke, but with no words. Okay, I'm confused. This is just not very good. You can't get a very good karaoke, Mr. Rogers. Apparently, let's see, Mr. Rogers in the neighborhood make life. Well, okay, well, screw it then. We're just going to use the same one I used before. Maybe I don't know, and we're just going to have horrible timing. We'll just have to adapt. We'll have to adapt. We'll have to do an adaptation. Okay, I hope y'all ready for this because this is very exciting. I like doing this for you. It's very heartwarming. It makes me feel like we got ourselves a little neighborhood. And if there's anything we like on a Thursday morning, we got to start to do the Dad Dash song. It's a Dad Dash Thursday morning. It's a Dad Dash Thursday morning. It's a Dad Dash Thursday morning, and our testiculars are low. It's Dad Dash Thursday morning. It's a Dad Dash Thursday morning. It's a Dad Dash Thursday morning, and our testiculars are low. Okay, so we did that. Now you ready? We got to do the more major performance. Now that we got all warmed up, we're all warmed up. We're all limbered up. Uh, we're limber. Been working on the spread cheeks this morning. Hope you know they're all ready to roll. They're all ready to roll. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. There's a whole procedure. Dad Dash, remember, Dad Dash ain't got himself no producer. There's no preparation. There's no show preparation. There's no nothing. I was just watching Dash and Q23 this morning, and you know, I'm just like, well, hi. I need to just like talk about what that guy's talking about. I'm gonna steal his thoughts, and that's what I was gonna do. Let's say here. So we got to make a couple little modifications here. Let's see if we can lower that just a tad. Let's see if we can just up that just a tadler a little bit. All right, let's see if this comes out all right. You tell me how this all sounds. Now you tell me how this sounds. You ready? All right, let's go. Let's do this thing. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Could you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please, won't you be my neighbor? Well, howdy, neighbors. Howdy, neighbors. We're going to stop sharing that. This is the Dad Dash Thursday morning show, and I have to cough very, very, very badly. So I'm going to mute myself. Oh, my God. That was awful. I coughed up a Pedro on that one. I coughed up a Pedro. That was terrible. Woo! Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. We coughed up ourselves a Pedro. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. He is the king of kings, the king of all kings is the Pedro. Pedro. I went in my bathroom this morning because I needed to talk to the Pedro. I went in my bathroom, shut my door, turned off the lights, whole dad dash procedure. I made sure that my testiculars were very full. I made sure that my testiculars were ready to talk to the Pedro. And then I went in, I prepared myself, and I looked in the mirror. I looked in the mirror. I was feeling all nimbly pimbly. And I looked in the mirror and I said, Pedro. And like, bing! There was Pedro. And it was Dad Dash and Pedro just right there in the mirror. And it was, well, it turned out to be very real. It turned out to be very real. So Pedro and I had ourselves a conversation, you see. And so Pedro popped up in the mirror, and I said, well, hi, Pedro. And he said, hi, Dad Dash, you've been talking about me. And I said, well, I ain't on the nature trail, but I did want to give you a call from my bathroom. Hello, Robert Reese, this morning. I'm recounting the conversation I had with the Pedro in the bathroom mirror, because as you know, if you go in the bathroom, turn off the lights, close the door, say Pedro 3 times, just like bang, he appears in the mirror. So I was having the conversation with Pedro this morning so we could catch up with each other, because Pedro and I don't talk often enough. We don't talk often enough, the Dad Dash and the Pedro. So Pedro says, well, I'm starting this new cult thing. And I said, I know, I've seen it. And he said, well, I'm still a little bit crazy. And I said, I know, I've seen it. And he says, well, at least I tell people I'm a little bit nutty now. And I said, I know, I've seen it. And so I said, so Pedro, what's the deal with calling yourself the king? What's the deal with the fact that you were Pedro DoorDash Santiago, and then, I'm sorry, Pedro DoorDash Depends, Poopy Pants Santiago. I have to respect your corporate thruple. I do understand the corporate thruple, the sanctimonious marriage between Pedro DoorDash and Depends undergarments is a beautiful corporate thruple. So anyway, yes. Robert Reese, there was a great talk there with Angel. I also thought it was very interesting. I was in the Eli chat for a very short time, and your wife, Mrs. Robert Reese, I'm sorry, I do not know her first name, but she popped in the Eli chat for a while. I thought that was very interesting. And Angel's a wonderful guy. And, it's very interesting, Robert Reese. It's very interesting, Robert, to see people apologize about communicating. That seems to be a thing right now, that anybody that speaks their mind, it takes just a little bit longer than somebody wants to listen to them, is now accused of being some kind of verbal terrorist or something. And that young man has a lot to say. That young man, and he spent his whole life with people going, and well, like, stop talking so much. And he goes, well, but how am I supposed to communicate with you unless I talk? And they go, well, stop talking then. And he says, but how am I supposed to show you what I think inside? And they go like, well, why don't you stop talking, because you're weird. So that's kind of the thing that happens. And I think it was great to listen to that young man with a voice talk about how he thinks and how he feels and how he processes the world. I thought that was very useful. And very enjoyable. I thought that. Anyway, so I'm there in the bathroom this morning about 6 a.m. having a conversation with the Pedro, right? And I said, so Pedro, what's the deal now with the transition from the Pedro DoorDash Depends Poopy Pants Santiago to the Mr. Bet on You, but now you're more than Mr. Bet on You. Now you're Mr. Double Down, and you're giving out $49.99 hugs on a global scale from the stages of the world, and you're the king. So now you're the Mr. Bet on You, Double Down, the Lion King, which is fine. It's just a lot of branding, man. It's a lot of branding for one individual, is what I told Pedro. And I said, so what's the deal with all the branding? I mean, you got Pedro DoorDash, Depends, Poopy Pants, Mr. Bet on You, Mr. Double Down, the King, the Lion King, Santiago again. I don't know. Do you use the Santiago twice? Use the Pedro DoorDash Depends. I mean, if I don't say the Santiago after the Depends Poopy Pants, it just don't sound right. So I think maybe I got to say the Santiago part twice. Pedro DoorDash Depends Poopy Pants Santiago. Mr. Bet on You, Mr. Double Down, the Lion King. I think is, and Lion King is like LYINKING, Lion King. I'm gonna put that in the chat. So just like Lion King, like a little hashtag for that little Lion King. Welcome to the Lion King. So anyway, so I'm like, Pedro, what are you doing? And he says, well, I'm so bored with the gig economy, is what Pedro said. I'm so bored with the gig economy. It's driving me into a crazy state. And I said, I can tell, Pedro, you're looking unbalanced lately. You're looking unbalanced. You're sniffing too much. Sounds like you got a cold. You're unbalanced. You're in the car. You're a coach. You're a double down. You hate the gig work, but you're doing the gig work. I mean, come on, Pedro, be honest with yourself. Everybody knows. This is what I'm saying to Pedro in the mirror this morning when we was talking face to face, because he don't call my show and talk to me face to face. I got to talk to him in the mirror by going, closing the door, turning the light off, going, Pedro, Pedro, Pedro. So he goes, ding, in the mirror, and then I get to talk to that young man. Anyway, so I says to Pedro, I said, that's a lot of branding. What's going on with all the branding and the $49.99 hugs, and you hate the gig economy? Obviously you're putting out dog shit content because you don't even like it anymore, but you feel like you got to do it to keep the paychecks coming. That's just no good, man. That's just no good. And he goes, well, I know, but I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do because I'm Pedro. And I go, well, we all know you're Pedro. We all know you're Pedro. I mean, I said your name 3 times in the mirror to call you up this morning to invoke your spirit, because otherwise, there's no way for us regular people to talk to you, Pedro. But none of us are willing to go on your show because your show's a scary place with a magical mute button and lots of ill will. And we do not want either your ill will or your magical mute button. Pedro, Drone Days, I hope you ain't in the bathroom, and I hope you ain't saying that out loud. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about what you saying. So anyway, and I said, so Pedro, you getting me all confused. And Pedro said, well, here's the deal. Pedro said, here's the deal. I'm super bored. I've been demonetized. I kind of lost myself. I lied to everybody. Everybody knows I lied, but I can't admit it to everybody because my ego is so overblown. So I figured instead of admitting everybody, I'm having the conversation I'm recounting my conversation in the darkened bathroom mirror with Pedro this morning, Wild Alaska. Dad Dash and Pedro had a little bathroom seance this morning. A little bathroom seance. So I'm recounting our conversation because Pedro won't call my show, but he will talk to me in the bathroom mirror. So we have conversations back and forth, Pedro and I. I hope you understand, Wild Alaska. Thank you. Thank you for asking what's going on, because it is easy to get confused here in the global gig economy. In the global gig economy game, this is a game, and it's a very confusing game because there ain't no rules in the game. There aren't no rules in the game. Everybody loves, well, who would like a game with no rules? People from the gambling industry. And I said to Pedro, I said, hi, Pedro, you come from the gambling industry. You got yourself a love of gambling? You got yourself a love of gambling? And Pedro said, I got to be honest. I think I do have a love of gambling. I've been in the gambling industry. And I said to Pedro, hey, Pedro, you know who else is from that gambling industry? And he said, who? And I said, well, Steve Askin for Slots 13 is from the gambling industry. Quite obviously, the guy's asking for slots every single day on the interwebs, on the YouTube. You can go to the Asking for Slots channel. Here, I'll put that up in the chat. We'll put that up in the chat. Asking for Slots. Asking for Slots. So that's in the channel. Yeah, it's going to be a popcorny day. It's going to be a popcorny day. You know, the only thing we're mentioning there, Glitch Dash, for such a popcorny day is corn in our poop. Corn in our poop is not here. That sweet, young, pretty individual of the female persuasion that's often in our chats. She ain't here this morning, but my goodness, we'd all love some corn in our poop right now. We would. The popcorn has just begun. And hopefully later today, if we all get lucky, there'll be some corn in our poop. And that's a beautiful thing when the female persuasion of the species deigns to visit our sausage party, because as you know, this is a sausage party rife with testicular overpay, rife with corporate with DoorDash tapeworms and corporate butt plugs, and an epidemic of testicular overpay, an absolute epidemic of testicular overpay. And so anyway, I said to Pedro in the mirror this morning, uh, you and asking for slots, Steve asking for 13. You guys from the gambling industry, like, what's up with that? And he goes, well, you know, we got ourselves good contacts, we got ourselves a good network, and we understand ourselves a lot about the gaming. And that's why we gravitate toward the global gig economy. And I said, well, that makes a lot of sense, Pedro. That makes a lot of sense, Pedro. Hey, Matthew Arredondo, hope you're taking care of all our cows down there in. I got my cow cup for Matthew Arredondo. If any of you have not, Matthew's eating our cows. Thank you, Matthew. If any of you have not visited Brownsville, Texas, the home of Matthew Arredondo, if you have not visited Brownsville, Texas, the home of global home of Matthew Arredondo Industries, the only people that live in Brownsville, Texas, is Matthew Arredondo and cows. That's all the people that live. That's the entire population of Brownsville. Thank you, Matthew, for taking care of our cows. We appreciate it. We appreciate it a great deal. Some of you may have missed, you know, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Could you be mine? You may have missed the whole song, but I want you to know you're joining our neighborhood this morning. I want you to know that you're joining our neighborhood, and we're glad you're in our neighborhood. So anyway, I says to Pedro, I said, you guys like the gambling a lot. You guys like the gamblified gig economy a lot. And Pedro goes, I don't like it anymore. I used to like it. I used to win a lot. I used to be winning a lot. I used to be on the winning team. And now it's just boring to me. And I said, well, Pedro, I says to Pedro in the mirror, because Pedro's in the mirror, I said, Pedro, why is it boring to you now when it wasn't boring before? And he said, well, I'm not making any money off it anymore. And I said, well, that makes sense, Pedro. You know, you ain't making any money off it. You don't like it. Why don't you quit? And he said, I'm trying to. I'm selling hugs for $49.99. You can, if you get the $69.99 package, you can touch the Jesus hair. If the $69.99 package, you can stroke the Jesus hair while you get the hug from the Pedro, which is a tremendous deal. And on a global scale, you got to imagine all the billions of people in the world. You multiply that by the $69.99. One individual could get pretty wealthy selling hugs and Jesus hair touches. So anyway, hello, Matthew Arredondo. So I'm having this conversation with Pedro. It's exhausting. Pedro's a slow learner. Pedro never wants to listen. He's always hanging on to the old days of like, I'm the king of DoorDash. I still got DoorDash in my name. I said, Pedro, are you going to divorce that DoorDash? If you're bored with DoorDash, you're bored with the global gig economy. I mean, I know you got the Depends thing down. You got the Depends Poopy Pants sponsorship, so we can all ride around as app slaves in our cars and poop ourselves and pee ourselves without having to take a break. Now, I know that. I know that's a good thing. But I mean, you're going to keep that corporate thruple going. You're going to keep DoorDash in your name since you hate DoorDash and you hate fuck DoorDash all the time. Like, I mean, why don't you change your name to Pedro Dogshit Santiago if you're going to have DoorDash in your name and you're going to go fuck DoorDash all the time? Don't make no sense. Your branding is very confusing, Pedro, is what I said to him in the mirror. And that's what I said to Pedro in the mirror, because that's where I get to talk to Pedro. He won't talk to me in person. He'll only talk to me in the mirror, but we have some good mirror conversations, me and the Pedro. So, hello, mental Mike. It's nice to see you this morning. Yeah, so Pedro says, yeah, you got a good point there. I mean, it's very, I don't know what to do. I just got remonetized. That was good. But now I got DoorDash in my name and I say fuck DoorDash every day. You know, I need to be more of like a cult leader. So I'm thinking maybe I could be a king. And I said, don't do it, Pedro. Don't do it. I said, you know, first of all, if you ain't a rapper or some kind of a pop icon, don't call yourself the king. Or maybe you're a WWE wrestler or I don't know, rapper or WWE wrestler, some kind of character, then you can call yourself the king. Like if you're a real person in the real world, don't call yourself the king, Pedro. You're setting yourself up like you call yourself the king, and then you ask why people don't like you. People don't like kings anymore, Pedro. People don't like the kings anymore. We done with the kings. The kings screwed us. You know, the kings treated us like shit, Pedro. Uh, oh, God bless the shit out of your car, Glitch Dash. God bless the shit out of your car. And God bless the shit out of you and your family, Glitch Dash. God bless the shit out of you first, and then your family, and then third, God bless the shit out of your car, sir. Thank you for being here during a time of crisis for your family. Uh, we know your car deeply. We know that it's a prelude, and we pray for it. As we pray for you, sir. God bless the shit out of you and your vehicle. So anyway, I was on the Dash and Q this morning, the Dash and Q, and he's saying a lot of really good stuff. So I told him, I'm like, Dash and Q, and he was not in the mirror. And so, oh yeah, so I was talking about the Pedro. So anyway, I said, Pedro, I can't take any more of your bullshit this morning, Pedro. You called yourself the king and gets me all upset inside, gets me all pissy, makes me a grumpy old dad dash. Nobody likes a grumpy old dad dash. Grumpy old dad dash any fun. You want the nimbly pimbly singing, the nimbly pimbly singing dad dash. Uh, let us pray for the lewd. Please pray for the lewd. We're having this is a community gathering where we are praying for Glitch Dash's Honda Prelude, his classic Honda Prelude. We're praying. Let us take a moment of silence for Glitch Dashes. I'm going to actually sing myself a Glitch Dash. Let's all practice a meditating community prayer. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. It's going to be our first community meditation. We're going to focus on Glitch Dash's automobile. Now, if Roy was around here punching automobiles, we'd go like, hey, Roy, you will not punch Glitch Dash's automobile. We would join together, band together as a family and a community, and we would stand and we would join hands and we would circle ourselves around the automobile. We would circle ourselves around the prelude. Good morning, DoorDash Rick. We were having a religious moment here. We would encircle the prelude and we would stand against Roy, the car puncher, and we would go, Roy, you ain't going to touch this man's automobile. You want to punch this man in the automobile, you're going to have to come through us first. We'd be a community. And you know what? I have a feeling that like if Roy, like if I was Roy, a tear would come to Roy's eye. We would see his heart soften, and then he would walk to us and he would join with us hand in hand. The mean man would join with us hand in hand in freedom and community, and he would stop punching cars because he would not be as angry anymore. He'd be part of our community. He'd feel the love. He'd feel the love of our community, that Roy. And we just welcome him into our community. He'd stop punching cars. That's what we're thinking. We're going to have ourselves I want you to all, could you all close your eyes for me? I'll be right here. I'll be right here. I ain't going to go nowhere. I promise. I will not leave you. I want you to close your eyes for me this morning. Close your eyes just for a minute. Now take a very, very slow, deep breath. Keep, now, hold that deep breath for just a second. And then slowly let it out. We love you, Glitch Dash, and your prelude. We love you, Glitch Dash, your attitude. It makes us happy. even when we're rude, because Glitch Dash, we love you. Okay, okay. I put myself one of them Zach drives fast Joker smiles on my face. Hi, I'm Jack Drives Money Plans. I'll drive money plans, money trains on you. Why don't you join my Zach's payday loans? I'll drive a money train right up your anus. That's my impression of Zach. That's my impression of Zach. That's Dad Dash's impression of Zach. Anyway, he drives money trains. There's already a large dent in the front panel. I would let the mean man punch it to relieve his anger. For I am kind. Well, that is very kind of you, Glitch Dash. But I'm hoping the mean man keeps growing past the car punching. Punching inanimate objects often does damage to the small bones of the hand. From Dad Dash's memory and perspective, punching inanimate objects with your fist generally results in you getting hurt worse than the inanimate object. Yeah, the Ambient's kicking in. Well, see, Ambient makes you racist. Ambient makes you racist, is what I heard, and I ain't ever racist. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I do got one Ambien story. I got one Ambien story. I don't take the Ambien now, but I took the Ambien for a little while when I was suffering from some PTSD. And so I took the Ambien for a little while, and Ambien was particularly helpful if you're traveling across time zones for business like I used to. It's very helpful because sometimes you just can't fall asleep. You get in a hotel room and you got to get up and work in like 6 hours and you can't fall asleep. So I had the Ambien. That was good. Anyway, so I'm in my hotel room and it's real late and I can't sleep. And I think to myself, well, I should take me one of them Ambien. And then I think, well, I should go take me one of them Ambien. And you don't want to go out in the world with Ambien. You won't remember where you were or what you did. But I thought, because I lived in this hotel in downtown Denver, I lived there all the time. It was not a terribly big hotel. It was the Marriott Residence Inn or something. I don't remember. It's Marriott Courtyard on the mall there in Denver. I lived there when I was in town working. Anyway, so I took me an Ambien. I went down to the exercise room and walked me on the treadmill. And in the morning, I woke up in my bed and I didn't remember going from the treadmill to my bed. And I thought that was pretty funny. You don't really want to do that. Dad Dash is not recommending roofing yourself on the treadmill. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm Zach. I don't disclose I don't disclose my lifetime deliveries on DoorDash because I'm an asshole. Well, that's funny. That's funny, Matthew Ardondo. I do not believe that you're actually Zach, however. I do not believe that that's a factual statement, and I refute your statement there, Matthew Ardondo. Let's see here. Let's get this Dash and Q over here because he's got some really good things he's talking about this morning. I'm gonna give him a like. Okay, we're gonna like the Dash and Q. Then we got to share the Dash and Q. Where's the Dash and Q? Share screen, Dash and Q, share. Okay. Okay. Okay.
You gonna get on Christmas?
I'm going to find the spot. You got to be patient with me for 1 second. Don't be impatient. Don't be impatient. We're going to find that spot. We're going to find the sweet spot.
I might start dashing with Chubbs.
Let's see here.
And you know what I mean? Always somebody that was brewing an idea or working in the background. You know what I'm saying? Always. So I don't get discouraged by setbacks, downfalls, and triumph. It's all about triumph. Keep dollars and give it away to a fucking war. Why?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
You know, the money that we fucking. It's
all right, we're gonna see how this is.
It's always work on yourself. Number one, always. I focus on everybody else and everything else.
Continue on 25th Avenue North for 1.5 miles.
Worry about this woman. Worry about what my man, my guy doing. Do they really fucking love me? All this senseless crap that wasn't adding any value to life. It was taken away from me. It was sucking my energy. Because I love so hard, I gotta give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it never seemed like I received that equivalent back. I never received that equivalent of love that I felt like I gave out. I never felt it. I never received it back. So I don't even look for it no more. And I think God was telling me, don't stop looking for it. Stop looking for that, because you're not going to receive, you know. And I just wouldn't understand. I would keep loving people hard. I get hurt, then go right back. And oh man, I try to love them a little more. Like, no, hell no. Hell no. God was telling me, and I asked for it. I asked for it, and I just didn't realize I asked for it. I said, God, show me who's with me. He showed me. I lost everybody. You out here alone, baby, but you got everybody. You got everything you need. God's gonna connect you with the right people, and they're gonna hear you. They're gonna hear you. Literally, it's gonna make sense. Your people, the people you don't even fucking know, are gonna treat you way better than your own fucking people. And that's
Done muted myself. You hear what our friend Quentin just said? You hear what Dashing Q23 just said? The people that you're around going to treat you better than your own family, than your own people. Who's had that happen with them in this world? And a lot of that is because of financial things that tear families apart. If there's something that can tear a family apart, it's finances. It's dividing up the assets from a will. It's poverty. It's loaning each other money. Families used to join together, live on the same property, support each other through generations, do all these things. Then we got the idea that America, everybody should have their own home and should have their own 3 cars in the driveway and 16 kids and whatever else. Now we have to go back to dependent upon each other and our family again, because the rich people all starved us out. They all stole everything we got. They stole the money supply, stole everything else. And see, but we forgot that we got to be family now. They tore us all apart, made us all hate each other. And so now we're supposed to be family again if we want to save each other's lives or save our own lives or save our kids' lives. And it ain't working. I wonder why. Because they made us all hate each other. They tried to make us all hate each other, and it worked.
your reassurance right there. Cause your people, you ain't gonna find out through your people. You're not. You're not gonna find out through your people. You're not. You gotta get out there, and it be the people you don't know steady telling you the same thing over and over again. You hear it thousands of times, and it still don't ring. I done heard plenty of times, man. People told me, man, you should be doing this, you should be doing it, and I've heard it, and I'm like, nah, man, I was in a mental prison. I couldn't even, I would reject it. I was like, no, fuck no, I don't see me doing that. Like I've heard some like ring over and over, and now like I'm tired. It makes so much ease. It makes so much sense. It's like, how the fuck I didn't see it the whole time?
Well, we miss lots and lots and lots when we're asleep. When we're not awake, we miss everything because we're all caught in our thoughts and we're missing the present moment. That's what awakening is. It's awakening to that present moment, to this very moment, because everything else is just an illusion. Everything else is just your thinking. It might be good thinking, but it could also be very bad thinking and incorrect thinking, because our thinking is just our thoughts. That's not who we are. That's just thinking. We're much more than our thoughts. And Dashing Q23 understands that. He's an awakened man.
Type of shit. But I run to I'm like I never start doing no YouTube for clicks and likes anyway, so that don't fucking move me. I be seeing some of the clowns get in here talking about, oh, you only got one viewer in here. Oh fuck, that's great enough for me. Shit, I got one person. Hey, that's me and them. We can bond. We can have a stronger connection.
That's right. See, everybody thinks that America and everything we do has to be a pyramid scheme. We got to get ourselves a kingdom, and then we got to get ourselves a bunch of people to serve us in that kingdom, and we got to be the top of the pyramid. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. We just got to join together with our fellow man in community, and then we can outlast and outlive and outsurvive and out thrive all these corporations and the military industrial complex and the prison industrial complex and all the people in the world that just want us to die and go away so they can live on their never landing nuclear airplanes, their nuclear yachts, and their New Zealand bunkers. They want us all to die so they can just go live in their nuclear airplanes, their nuclear yachts, and their New Zealand bunkers. And that's actually a fact. right? We're a huge problem. We're a huge problem. The population of the world is a huge problem. And they want us to go away. I don't want to go away. I don't want my kids to go away. I don't want your kids to go away. I don't want Dash and Q to go away. I like this young man. I like Quentin Maurice Williford a lot.
Because I ain't got too many fucking fools in here to distract me. And all my attention's on that person. So I'm not tripping about no damn. I could be me just alone.
Everyone that wants to distract you from what you need to do for your community to thrive and survive, and for your family to thrive and survive, is a fool. Everybody that is distracting, not distracting, ain't no distracting, it's distracting with an I. Okay, anybody who is distracting you from the present moment in your community and your family and your life is doing damage to your person and your existence, and you need to start ignoring them because they are a distraction. They're a distraction to your survival. This is a survival situation. If I could make my phone go off like with an alarm, if I could make my phone go off with like a beep, 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 this is a survival situation, friends. We fucked right now. The world is burning, literally, right? There's all kinds of people that want to kill each other, particularly kings, kings and queens and presidents and premiers and all kinds of people with the fancy titles. They all want to kill people. They all want to see people dying on the battlefield. None of them are in the battlefield. This ain't like the ancient times where the king puts his crown on there and rides into the battlefield with the saber and he's going to fight with his people. No, 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 no. Ain't no king riding in the battlefield to go down with the people who are all dying on the battlefield. They're going to sit there and watch, and they're going to tell you how important it is that they tax those dead people's families instead of somebody else taxing those dead people's families. Looks like Matthew Arredondo has a contribution from Brownsville, Texas. Dad Dash eats too many chili dogs with extra cheese and gets that quick Texas step to the little boy's room. That is true. That is true, Matthew Arredondo. Dad Dash. One of the proclivities of Dad Dash is bad eating. Bad eating. Dad Dash is a fart sniffer. Remember, Dad Dash is a fart sniffer. And Glitch Dash taught us that. We can't unlearn it. We can't unhear it. We can't unthink it. But thank you, Matthew Arredondo. Again, say hello to our cows. Say hello to the cows for me. Please tell them they are delicious. Thank you. Let's listen to Dash and Q again.
And I still record. I used to record my videos by myself. I record about, you know what I'm saying? I didn't need nobody.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto 13th Street North.
I started doing it because I wanted to do it, and I still do. I love doing this. So I don't care if there's nobody there.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm watching Dash and Q because Dash and Q loves what he's doing here. I ain't watching the Pedro because the Pedro hates what he's doing. You see how simple that is? Pedro hates what he's doing. This young man likes what he's doing. I like what I'm doing. I like you. Pedro hates you. Steve asking 13 for slots hates you. They told you in the videos. They're like, they did a video. Here's my impression of Dad Dash Steve asking 13's video for the community. Here's my impression. Hold on. I know you love it when I do the impression of the Steve asking for slots 13. Okay, here's Dad Dash's, because of course I'm Dad Dash. That ain't no Dad Dash over there. Steve asking for slots 13. What does he look like? Let's see what he looks like. We got to figure out what he looks like over here. We forget what he looks like. What's this reprobate look like? This guy's a reprobate. He's a reprobate, I tell you. That ain't him. That ain't Steve asking for slots 13. That's that Glitch Dash bastard. There he is. That smiling smile with the Mrs. asking for slots. Mrs. asking for slots. Here's that smiley smile from the Steve asking for slots 13. Here he is. Now here's the video he did. The I hate you video. Okay, so I'm going to do the Steve Dash. Here's Steve. Good morning, everybody. It's Dad Dash here. I'm riding along in my car. I'm here in my car. I'm not doing deliveries, but I do sometimes. You can trust me on that. I have 3-year-old videos streaming up on my channel that prove that I once did something that was useful. So anyway, my name's Steve asking for 13 sluts. And here's the deal. We need to talk about how much you suck. How much you suck at who you are. You suck at your life. You suck at thinking. You suck at strategy. You suck at everything. I'm Steve asking for 13 sluts. And I'm here to tell you that you just need to stop complaining and whining and needing housing and needing food and needing medical care. You just all complaining. You're all a bunch of losers, and I don't like you. I will never like you. I never did like you. And my name is Dad Dash 13 Industries. Steve asking for sluts. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that was my impression of Steve asking for sluts 13's video, and I hope that beauty of his video love for you never fades.
Turn right onto 13th Street North.
As long as God put air in these lungs and wake me up every day, he gonna lead me to something that feeds my soul. I guarantee you it.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto 14th Street North.
And you don't need nobody to do that for you. Only he can. Like so.
Turn right onto 14th Street North.
Hey, we got another successful delivery.
In 1,000 feet, your destination will be on the left.
$12.15. Okay.
Your destination is on the left.
The customer requested you hand them the order. Customer requested you hand them the order. They added the following instructions. Hand it to me.
Okay, people, things, corporations came. Oh man, for real.
That's helpful.
For real.
That's helpful.
Yeah, you guys got to know too. It's a tough battle in this world that they created. You know that we've created as humans since God, put us here. It's always been designed for corporations. Like, from the time they started with this money, they started regulating, money and, a check, all these things. The tender that, the money that we fucking rent. Like, from the beginning of time, these things was regulated by people who was what? Look, for example, what is a king and a queen? Like, why? I used to look at these.
Well, in our world, we got King Pedro. We got the Lion King Pedro.
Statuses, and they used to call people peasants. They had slaves. They had people, like, from the beginning of time. It's like, but it said these things in the Bible too. Like, as far as, the servant, the slave, it's a chain of command. It's a hierarchy. Because look, us as human beings, we're gonna keep. We want more. We want more. We want to do all these things. We have to have some discipline. We have to be punished sometimes. It's just the way it is. So you're gonna keep being a slave. You have a choice. So when Kanye was saying that shit back in the day, when we had race wars and shit, something like then, we still had a choice. We didn't have a choice. We had to go with the flow. But you best believe it was always somebody plotting in the background, waiting on that moment to break through. A Harriet Tubman or somebody waiting to break through that was plotting on this shit. It was, you know what I mean? Always somebody that was brewing an idea or working in the background. You know what I'm saying? Always. So I don't get discouraged by setbacks, downfalls, and triumph. It's all about triumph. Keep. Whew. How you doing? Yeah. That pure evil. To bring people against pure evil, like pure evil. But I think we all know the truth, and I think that that was for me finding out and meeting other people along my journey that understands it, and is beyond that fuckery.
Remember, overstanding is not like testicular overpay. Overstandings would probably be a good thing. Testicular overpay is a result of the DoorDash tapeworm just living inside your human body and sucking out all the nutrients and taking you trying to eat, you're trying to feed your body, you're trying to live, and this DoorDash tapeworm sucking out all the nutrients, eating up all your food, just starving you out from the inside. And then of course you got the corporate butt plug up the other side, so you got yourself a closed system. This is sociology calculus. This is what Dad Dash brings to the table, if so to speak. I bring the sociological calculus and the calculus of sociology. So you got yourself the DoorDash tapeworm, you got yourself the corporate butt plug up the other side, got yourself a closed system. That's where the testicular overpay comes from. Now, overstanding which is what Dashing Q is an awake man. He's talking about awakening to the realities of the world, to the present moment. He ain't talking about testicular overpay. You got to know, we got to be very specific with words. That's like saying that we're independent contractors. We ain't independent. Nobody using a gig app, nobody can be an independent app slave. Don't matter what they tell you or what they think. It's impossible, right? We're not independent. There are no independent contractors. There's no gig economy. There's just the regular economy. So we gotta make sure we're awake like Dash and Q. That's why I like this Dash and Q feller. He's very awake.
you know and that's the beautiful thing about life, is it's just about progression. So but
That is true. There is no destination. We all gonna die. That's a destination, but you can't take it with you when you die. So everything like you're accumulating, you can't take it with you when you die. You better think about it real hard.
one thing I really can't understand is people who still spills, and that's mostly because they hate themselves. If you got a child and anything, you raise
We do hear a lot of our brethren and sistren in the gig economy blame themselves for things that they should not be blamed for. They're blaming themselves as the victim, and then we hear the Lion King Pedro. He likes to blame people for. He likes to blame the victims. Steve asking for sluts 13. He ain't no Dad Dash. Steve asking for 13 sluts. He blames the victim. That man's a dick bag. Mr. Flex, Mr. Flexy Pants, he's always blaming the victim. So you can't be listening to these people. And again, Dash and Q is too smart for these folks. I like this Dash and Q. I like watching him dash because he's too smart for them. He don't fall for their propaganda. He don't fall for their self-hate. He doesn't hate himself. He got respect for himself. I got respect for him too because he got respect for himself.
raising them to be a bigot or anything like that, your mama should have swallowed your ass.
Woo!
On the real. She
Let's rewind that in the middle. I think he just told people that if you're a bigot, your mama should have swallowed your ass. I ain't never heard that before, but it sounds reasonable. It sounds mighty reasonable to me as a course of mama action if you birthing yourselves any bigots.
a child and anything, you raising them to be a bigot or anything like that, your mama should have swallowed your ass. On the real. You're good for nothing. You should have took the dick and just gobbled your ass, because you're a sad excuse of a person.
Oh, I get it. I get it. So your mama should, well, see, I'm not always up to the speed of the younger generation. So when your mama should have, swallowed your ass, it was like your mom had you in coffee and she was going to just be like, and just swallow you right down like a cup of coffee. I get it. I get it. You don't have to explain it to me twice. I am a father. I get it. Metal Mike likes that one. Metal Mike likes it. I like it too, Metal Mike. I think it's very evocative.
You know, you don't lead that shit back on. You don't feed that to your seed. You don't feed that foolishness to your seeds. It's poison. And then just because you did that, God's gonna bless you. Your fucking little daughter, your little son is gonna be fucking on another person, loving that other person, just because you did that dumb shit. You got to be punished because we humans. We gonna take advantage of any fucking thing, conquer, eat everything, eat all the food, pussy and ass. That's all humans want to do. So we have to be punished and disciplined because motherfuckers don't get it. You just want to keep on, God, let my people go. All this, like, and you gonna keep on pressing for it. You gonna keep on pressing, doing this ignorant shit. He gonna punish all of our ass. And that's what this COVID and all this. It probably was created, but God unleashed these wraths on the world for a reason, man. This weather, all this, man, come on, all this stuff going on sound like end times. Real shit. It sounds like end times. The pandemic had people was fighting over food and tissue, toilet paper. Ooh, it gave you a glimpse of how, boy, imagine when the shit hit the fan. They was fighting over chicken sandwiches, tissue, hand sanitizer. Those things that we don't give two shits about in our daily lives, like literally we didn't value as much, became the highlight of everybody's lives. Oh, became the highlight, became everything to everybody, tissue and stuff like that, hand sanitizer. People was freaking out. You know what I'm saying? People was freaking out. And then it was so many pump and dump schemes going on then with these corporations, bail me out type shit. All these partners, these friends. Oh my God. It was kind of like inside trading. Oh my God. Billions and billions and billions of money just passing through fucking, they just printing it off, giving it away. Ukraine, giving it away. We got homeless population here, ridiculous. Drug problems, all type of problems here in America, ridiculous. But you take all these millions and millions and billions of dollars and give it away to a fucking war? Why? Because you're making money off of it. You're profiting off this war too. You know what I mean? It takes money to go to war, and guarantee you're profiting off this war. What happened to all the weapons and shit once this war is over with? You know what I'm saying? What do they do with all this shit? Guess what they do? They sell that shit. Or they hit the black market. All it, man, it's a dirty game, man. It's a dirty fucking game, dog. I'm gonna stop even talking about it. We definitely up shit, you know. But look, I love life. It ain't gonna take my enjoyment away from life. I've already been in it. This shit that I've been knew about. These things that I've been knew about, it's not making me enjoy life any less, but I'm more aware of what's going on around me. I'm more aware now of what's going on around me. I don't tune into the fucking news unless it's a traumatic event to where I have to pay attention. I don't want to hear that foolishness, man. It's divide, conquer, and instill fear into the hearts of the people. We the people. That's what it is. Instill fear into the hearts of we the people. And that dictates, it's psychology. Fear dictates movement. Fear dictates movement. Fear dictates movement. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my friend Dash and Q just told you that fear dictates movement. Fear dictates movement. Well, what else dictates movement in our little warped existence? Let's see. What else dictates movement? Oh, I know what dictates movement. Hotspots, fake hotspots dictate movement. It's a game telling us where it wants us to go. Don't have nothing to do with our best interests. It's just a game telling us where it wants us to go as a human playing piece of a computer. We're just a playing piece. You're just a pawn of a computer telling you where to go. You see, that's pretty humiliating. That's pretty dehumanizing, wouldn't you say? Especially when it parks your ass in a parking lot and gives you nothing to do and no work and no money and nothing else, just giving you a lot of desperation so that you'll suck on tit for longer. Oh, and then what's it going to do? What's the best part of the DoorDash scam? Is that they will decapitate you for any reason or no reason whatsoever. They'll just decapitate you, kick you right off their platform, decapitate you. And you got no recourse. It's not even human beings decapitate you. It's a computer AI that's decapitating you. There's nobody responsible. So you want to go to somebody, go, who's responsible for decapitating me? They go, nobody. Well, why'd I get decapitated? They go, we can't tell you that. We don't know. You violated something within a 400-page document of terms and conditions. You made you somehow violated some part of 400 pages of terms and conditions. We ain't going to tell you which one because we don't know, because it's computer AI. We don't even know how our AI system works anymore. We don't even know. We can't control it. We couldn't explain it to you. We couldn't explain it to Congress. We couldn't explain it to Tony Hsieh. We can't explain it to ourselves. It's all very confusing. So that's about that. Okay, here we go. Let's go with some more Q here. But he's typically as usual right on track.
Fear dictates movement.
You better be in fear. You better be in fear. Dashing Q is a very, very smart awake
And if you're
man.
scared, your ass ain't, you know what I mean? It's gonna end for real.
Yeah,
You
hotspots
should
are
have went to
alive.
church.
Yeah, don't
Because
be
that fear
scared.
gonna immobilize, you know, gonna decide.
Let me tell you something. AI is already here. You're already an app slave. It's way too late for you to be scared now. You need to be mad. You can be mad. You can fight for your life. It's way too late for you to be scared. You should have been scared. But see, they don't tell us when we really should be scared. They don't tell us that. They tell us to be scared well after we should be scared. Now, it's well after you should have been scared. Be scared now. You should have been scared like years ago. But that's okay. We only got today. We can't bemoan what should have happened years ago. We got to deal with what's happening right today. Yeah, hotspots is just a lot. Hotspots just moving you around. They put hotspots where nothing's ever happened. It ain't hot. It ain't hot. You want a hotspot? Probably check Bigfoot Dasher's anus. Probably check Bigfoot Dasher's anus. I don't know the core temperature of a Bigfoot, but I'm guessing it's higher than a human. So I'm guessing if you want a hotspot, you just put one of them fingers right up the Bigfoot Dasher's anus, and you're going to get yourself a real hotspot. The DoorDash hotspots is fake. DoorDash hotspots is fake. Fake, 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 fake. Glitchy, glitchy, glitchy.
Able your ass from growing. The fear. So
What is the body core temperature of a Bigfoot? Can somebody Google that for me? Can somebody please Google, or maybe Bigfoot Dasher, if you know, if you take your rectal temperature on a regular basis, could you tell me the internal rectal temperature of a American Bigfoot, please? Thank you.
that's what the news and the television, radios, and programming does. That's what it is. To instill fear in people. Fear dictates movement. It's psychology. It's simple.
Wait a minute. 98.6 degrees. That sounds similar to the human. Are you saying, are we sharing genetics? Are we sharing some kind of genetics way back in that gene pool? But there's a branch off of the Bigfoot Dasher into the humans of the species. That's possible.
They studied us to the T. They know everything we're gonna do. That's why the market's the way it is. The stock markets, every market. And people advising.
Now I'm gonna go get me some more coffee. So I don't, you know, I don't get all verklempt and clamp up on you here, but I'm going to leave you with the dash and Q, and you can trust this man. I'm going to leave you with the dash and Q, but you can trust what this man's saying to you. I endorse what this man's saying to you. He's talking about being awake. He's talking about being aware. He's talking about thinking and living and breathing and living in the present moment. We are the same. We are the same. And that's not just for Bigfoots and human beings. That's all human beings altogether. Remember, race is just an illusion. Race is just an illusion. A human construct don't really exist. We all the same. We are all the same, all the same, all the same, all the same. When they had to go whack that Martin Luther King, when the government decided Martin Luther King had gone just about too far, he wasn't even liked by black people, much less white people. Nobody liked him because he told too much truth. But the reason they whacked that man is because he was trying to bring the races together. The reason Martin Luther King had to go, the reason old Martin Luther King had to go is he's trying to unite the black and the white and all the other colors in between, from the darkest dark to the lightest light. He was trying to just unite all those folks. You can't have that. The government can't have that. If we all united, then who's going to kill each other? You don't want to kill each other if you're all united. See, that's the problem. I know myself Ukrainians. I know myself some Russians. I know myself some Israelis. I've met people from Gaza. I like them all. I don't want to kill any of them, you see. So it's a problem for me. It's a problem for me because every time they go, you got to kill those people, I think like, no, why? I don't want to. I don't want to kill them. I don't want anybody to kill them. I don't want to watch people be killed. For who? For what? For your taxation? So you can put a different border on the Google Maps? I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm going to leave you here with Dash and Q for a minute. I got to go get myself some coffee, and I got to go do a glitch pee. Now, listen. Thomas Glitch Schubeck, that bastard, taught us before. If you get yourself any glitch pee in the charging of your iPhone, you won't be able to charge. You can knock yourself right off the internet. So you got to be careful. You got to wash your hands. You got to towel properly. If Jeru was here, Jeru would probably tell you that Jeff Moist Towelettes Thomas Black is here for the messy messes, and that's true. But a glitch pea ain't really a messy mess. A glitch pea is just a little teeny dribble that, but a dribble's all it takes with the glitch pea. Dribble's all it takes with the pea glitch. So anyway, I'm gonna go do me a glitchless pea. I'm gonna do me a glitchless pea. I'm gonna get me some more coffee. I'm gonna leave you here with our friend Dash and Q, and he's gonna take care of you. Now you trust me. Now Dash and Q is gonna tell you good things. All right.
Invest inside DoorDash stock as far as on the NASDAQ because it's going to go to the moon. That's what they saying. That's what I'm getting out of it. I'm pretty fourth quarter earnings coming out. Yeah, it's for sure. This shit ain't going nowhere no time soon, man. They in there now. They're in there. Them college boys in there. They in there now. So milk these fuckers while you can. Get what you can out of them. You better make something great of it. Because I know I am. We live. We on the damn map. I ain't heard nothing bling bling. I ain't heard no hotline bling. Yeah, that's why I love to have podcasts because I talk. I can talk about anything. Like, and not just have it geared towards, but I can still tie it into what we doing. I can still tie it into it. All ties into each other. Okay. Only the day dawns to which we are awake. There's more day to dawn. Sun is but a morning star. That's beautiful. Only that day dawns to which we are awake. That's something you gotta take literally. You can't just breeze through that. You gotta take that. sentence by sentence, and just dissect that sentence. Don't breeze to it, cause that just struck me to do that. Like literally sit there, read one sentence and overstand it before you move on to the next. I'm finna screenshot that because that's my daily. I want to think about that while I'm at work all day. That's definitely in their plans for sure. They want to eradicate as many people as possible. Depopulation. Depopulate this motherfucker. It's too many of us. They having babies at astronomical numbers. We gotta depopulate them. We gotta get rid of some of them. We gotta do something with them. Them homeless people, oh, let them die off. They're the first to go. They're the first lab rats. They're the test dummies. Throw some trials and put some give them. You know what they did in COVID? This is what they did in COVID. Okay, they went to the homeless communities, all the homeless, because I seen it with my eyes. In Minnesota, they was all in the homeless communities paying them people $50 to get the vaccine. And you guess what they was doing? Okay, yeah, they was getting them motherfuckers. They was lined up around the corner. And I'm like, why you gotta pay people? Why are you paying people? They knew damn well these homeless people needed that money, and they dangled that dollar. Knew them people came flocking, man. Man, that shit. I'm looking at it like I'm watching all them people. I'm sitting in the damn center because this is a time where I was like, I was going through it and I was, scrambling. And I'm sitting in the community center and I'm just hearing a lady making the announcement like, yeah, we giving out $50 cards. And people are like, what? $50 cards? For what? Oh man, I'm gonna get that shot. Oh, you can get it 3 times, the booster. Man, they could have been eradicated this shit. Look at all the money they just gave to Ukraine, man. They could have ended hunger right there, homelessness. Shout out to Ukraine though. That's nothing, no shot at them. I'm just saying though, look, we got problems here. We had a lot of things going on here before this war or anything that we was trying to. They supposed to have been addressing, but they tend to these elections and politicians. They're all playing this game. Why you think they? And it's up to us to choose the worst between two odds: a Biden and okay, I gotta go back with Trump. Okay, now look. Why you think they campaign and throw shit? It's a smear campaign. That's what the debates are. Smear campaigns. So they get up there and they're not stating facts. They're not stating that this is a great guy here. Maybe he's a great guy, but look, this is why I'm better. I'm a better. Okay, hold on, let me get this order. 650 for 2.8 miles and right here in front of Starbucks. These are smear campaigns. Why you think they get up there and be like, man, this guy used to pass loans for the mob. He used to do this. Oh, Joe Hunter Biden. Oh, with the pornography, his computer, his laptops. Why all this dirt come out when we debating? Because it's a smear campaign. It's shit show. All you motherfuckers are dirty. Cause why all the tricks come out the bag when all the juice come out when y'all debating. That's why that should tell you right there. And you dumb motherfuckers be sitting there like, yeah, Trump, hell yeah. He don't give 2 shits about you. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. He looking down at y'all like peasants. Like, look at these dumb motherfuckers. I got all these followers following me. I can't believe it. Oh my God. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. I know he can't believe the shit. Because I used to get wrapped up into it too. I into the excitement everybody used to get around like and excitement people used to have for a period. I used to see it as a kid growing up, and now I look at it like For real. I see it for what it is. But we have to vote. We have to vote in these things. That's part of the game. That's part of it. That's part of the game, man. That's part of the game. You have to vote. But shit definitely ain't gonna happen. Yeah. And I ain't the one to complain so much. I ain't complaining, but I got, I'm feeling what I feel. But it could be way worse. We could be in another country, yo, to where they shit is way worse. It's so much corruption in these other countries, in their politics, in their government, and they don't have to answer to it. They don't have to answer to it. Look at these countries over there in Africa. Look at all this stuff going on over in these other countries. All the corruption in the governments in Haiti. I seen it in Haiti. They got it to where the gangs regulate fuel costs. So what they do is they clean out all the gas stations, all the gas, and they sell it out the side of their trucks for a higher price. Oh God, this shit. Imagine that. Imagine you going to have to get your petrol, your gas from a gang member, a plug, and you can't go. You go to the gas station. The gas station's out of gas. The only people who got gas is the gang members. Only people got gas is the gang. You got to go pay that gang tax because they stole all the gas from the gas station. Imagine living like that in this America. Imagine. All right, thank you. Okay. Let's see what's up, man. We'll see. I got this. I'm trying to save a trip to the dispensary, but this damn weed guy hit me up talking about, oh, nigga, you about a week out. You about a week late. Hey, man, I got this new package coming in. Motherfucker, you been here that new package for about 2 weeks now. Fucking bad businessman. All right, Link. All right, man. Stop talking about these crazies of this world. You talk about these crazy motherfuckers. We know what's up.
Turn right onto 29th Avenue South, then turn right onto Minnesota 23 East. Turn right onto Minnesota 23 East, West Division Street.
I'm gonna do the giveaway. I'm doing a $50. Well, two of y'all. I'm gonna add $50 to y'all, both of y'all profits, whoever it is. I'm gonna do some giveaway shit.
Continue on Minnesota 23 East for 2 miles.
What's really the plan? I don't really know. Cause it's gonna be. But I'm dashing for sure. But I just gotta squeeze Sunday. Cause I'm trying. They might try to make me work Saturday, cause he gonna bag me. I know. So. If that's the case, I get off 9 and I get off around like 5-ish. I'm gonna have to dash until the wee hours of the morning. So I get a full dash in, probably like a $200 day. I'm seeing Saturday and Sunday for what I usually. I'm gonna have to just do my 200 because I gotta fix these cars Sunday, and I'm possibly gonna have to work Saturday. So, but what I'm gonna do Saturday, I'm gonna do the night shift. I'll be because I get off at like probably like 4-ish or 5, and I just do the night shift all until probably like 2 in the morning or something like that, so I can get my 200. And Sunday the same thing. I'm gonna have to just fill in Dash and in between. Probably come out a little bit for the morning, and after I fix some cars, come out in Brainerd, and then head back there. You know, how it depends how long she stay out there. I'm gonna go to Brainerd right away and Dash and make some money, and yeah. So we'll be live, man. We'll be making some money for sure. I'm gonna have a real busy week, as like always. But yeah, we making money. I'm trying to think about something besides the giveaway, what I can do. It's like every weekend, yeah. That's how I'm gonna have to do it. Do something every weekend. That's what it's seeming like it's turning to. I'll figure something out. Oh, I made this mock-up of a shirt. I ordered it. I placed my first. I ordered. See, what I was gonna do, and I wanted to go to, and I didn't want it to do it this way. I just was looking up apps, and I went and I put my design on there and shit, or what I came up with. And instead of, they had it to where I didn't know this was like that, because I did all the design and all that. And then, you know, I didn't like, they kind of had a thing I didn't like. I don't understand it fully. I just did it because I was like, man, I did all this design. And I bought, so instead of having a huge inventory, they just had me to where I have an online store for my merch or whatever, and I just post it there, and they ship it and do all that. Well, I just pay a certain amount a month if I want to get free shipping, or they just take it, the customers just pay their shipping or whatever. But for this merch and shit, so I don't know. I'm gonna test this out. I just ordered two of my. I just ordered the shirts just to see, just to wear them first, rock them myself. So I ordered them last night. I only put at first I only did one design, but you can get it in a hoodie, fucking all type of shit. But the basis of the shirt, I just said, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Don't bite the hand.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Wilson Avenue Southeast.
And we know it's just a saying. This is a sarcastic saying. I thought of that damn saying at work or whatever, and it just stuck. They're gonna be like, you laughing. So that's gonna be one of my shirts.
Turn right onto Wilson Avenue
And
Southeast.
I got, of course, my saying, you feel me, on there. And I wanted to add more, but this just some trial shit. I liked it though. I like how it turned out.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto 7th Street Southeast.
I just want to see it in person and see how it really turns out. So I'm gonna be it should be coming here. I can't wait to see it. But yeah, the first shirt I made was "Don't bite the hand that feeds you," and it's a hand. It's a design of the hand. Actually, it's a hand that spells out the words. Don't bite the.
Turn left onto 7th Street
It's art.
Southeast.
It's like an
Turn
artwork.
left onto 5th Avenue Southeast.
And it's just a hand with the words. It looks sick. And I put a diamond on there, and you feel me, with a signature on the bottom. So it's pretty slick.
Turn left onto 5th Avenue Southeast. Then your destination will be on the left.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. So if it is, then I'm gonna start there and just.
Your destination is on the left.
Run away with different ideas.
The customer requested you leave the order.
Let me get that. I'm gonna try to mark up something tonight and just think, cause it's actually, y'all, like, I guess cause I gotta get into the flow state, cause I literally, while I was designing that shirt, I'm trying to think of everything that I can put in it. Then it was like some shit they wouldn't let work. They like, it's too many colors, and I'm like, the price variance, the difference. Oh, you'll make $3 per shirt, $4, and I got it to where it's like $4.50, and I'm like, okay, I can do that. And it's pretty cool. I think I'm a. They don't let me. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Most definitely, Jeff. I know I need to. I'm gonna go back into and try to edit it a little bit. I never even look at my lives, but because they be so long. But I'm gonna go back and because it. Hold on, let me get them this food. Yeah, just the whole thing to it. That we do a collaborative effort as far as the growth of our channels. I definitely want to help grow yours as well, amplify your message. So I just gotta hook these fuckers, man. Once I get them, once we get to holler at them, they'll pay attention. It's just that we just gotta get them, man. We just gotta get the followers, get the subscribers up, and get the people, man. And they gonna see who a motherfucker solid. I ain't gonna have to do too much. You're gonna see. Cause I don't just be talking, I ain't just talking. I really live this shit. The people gonna know. They gonna know the real. So I ain't gotta convince nobody otherwise. They gonna just. That's why I'm just keep doing. That's why what I'm doing in the background is I'm studying techniques as far as editing and stuff like that to be better. But I know the people they gonna come. They'll come around. They'll wake up. And see what I'm trying to do here is not for as an individual. Yeah, I came into this as an individual, but I'm trying to do something bigger than myself, for real. Bigger than Dash and Q. Way bigger than Dash and Q. That's just a branch of the fucking oak tree that I'm trying to create. That's just a branch. You know what I'm saying? All these channels, everybody's channels can be a branch of a big ass oak tree if motherfuckers get their head out their ass. And we can all eat great. You know, every fucking body, even the viewers. If motherfuckers get their head out their ass. Cause then we'll have a fun to where if we need.
Well, you know what? Well, hey, I decided to come back and see you. I knew I left you in capable hands. But you know what's going on there, Sinful Toaster, you microwave molesting son of a gun. If your credit is sketchy, good luck. Well, so here's what's going on. Not only is credit going to be potentially drying up and high interest rates, see, what's this going to box us into is what they already want. They want you to owe your soul to the company store, right? I owe my soul to the company store. We're going to sing that song next. We're going to sing that song. That's what we're going to do. We're going to sing that song because you're going to learn something about the company store. Here we go. That's what we're going to do. This is spontaneous entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. It's called 16 Tons. And it's from Merle Travis. And let's see here. 16 Tons, Merle Travis. Karaoke. Yes, sir. We need to send a message here, and we send messages around these parts through music. That's how we send the messages. We send it for music. So what these folks want to do to you, what these corporate bastards want to do to you is they want to give you a loan on your electric bike and your electric car and your electric butt plug so that you owe them everything and you can't quit the gig work even if you want to because you owe your soul to the company store. Now, that's what used to happen in American history, you see. And we're going to say thank you and good morning to our friend Dash and Q. Thank you, Dash and Q. You have performed a great service to community with your excellent, most excellent commentary. So we're going to share this chat, this instead. Yes, sir. Okay, now I've never heard this version, so we're just going to have to roll with it, right? But they want you to owe your soul to the company store. Now, DoorDash is going to do the same thing. If DoorDash ain't doing the same thing that Uber's doing already too, right? They're going to give you some kind of options. They're going to sell you shoes. You're going to be shoeless. You're going to be shoeless with your Cheetos. You don't have any real money, but you're going to be shoeless with your Cheetos, and you're going to have to, they're going to sell you financed shoes on your payday loan so that you can walk your Happy Meals to the mansion on the hill where the rich people live. You live down in the hovels and in the tent cities. That's their plan. Let's just listen to this. Let's see. Let's get this. Let's get this show on the road, if you will. Let's get this show on the road, if you will. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay, let's try this. Do you hear anything? Oh, there. I hear something. That was a long lead in. I did not lose patience, but I lost faith. I lost my faith in the system. That someday the music was going to start. Okay, let's see what's happening here. I'm gonna pray that this might be a little fast. Let's listen to this. Okay, this will work. This will work. This will work. All right. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're excited. I hope you're excited. I'm excited. All right. Some people say a man is made out of mud. Poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bones. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You got 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go all my soul to the company store. Was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. Loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw boss said, well, bless your soul. Load 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go all my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. Fighting and the trouble is my middle name. I was raised can't break and old mama line, 'cause a no high-toned woman make me walk the line. You get 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. See me coming, you better step aside. A lot of men didn't, and a lot of men died on fist of iron and the other of steel. If the right don't get you, then the left one will. You go 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Woo! Poured my heart out for you. Poured my heart out for you. Well, that was awful. That was awful. I'm going to give you that. That was awful because I couldn't quite hear the timing and the rhythm and shit. But if it was good, it wouldn't be Dad Dash. If it was good, it wouldn't be Dad Dash. If it was good, it would not be Dad Dash. Remember that. It ain't supposed to be good. It's supposed to be Dad Dash. All right. So what do we want to talk about here? I made myself some notes this morning while we was. Oh yeah, I know. Here we go. I had it all queued up for you. I forgot all my planning and strategizing. Let's see here. All right. My channel, my community, using my community. All right, so I put these chats up here from the Dash and Q because we were chatting. I was participating in the chat. I'm a chat participator, is what I is. I'm a regular participator of the chat, is what I do. Because I'm always watching and listening and learning from you. Learning from you. I learn from the Dash and Q. So we're gonna look at some of this stuff. This is fun. I like this. We're gonna go to that kind of screen. No, this kind of screen we're gonna go to. Then we got share screen. We're gonna share this one. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is very exciting. Oh, I got to turn it on. Okay. Nope, I don't want to be down there. I want to be over here. All right, here we go. So in the chat, I was listening to Q, and you could probably say I was cheering him on. You could probably say I was cheering. Torp said, like Torp said, I was cheering on. But this time I wasn't cheering on that bastard Glitch Dash. I wasn't cheering on that bastard Glitch Dash. I was cheering on Q. Dash and Q23. Dash and Q23 is who I was cheering on in this circumstance. Let's see here. So we're going to put that up there again. We want to make sure you know that this is my friend. This is from the chat of my friend Dashing Q23. And you can subscribe to him. He's got a pretty new channel up there, and it's real good. It's real good. Yeah. They don't want to fuck with us. They do not want to fuck with us. Nobody wants to fuck with us. That's the thing, see, AZ Prod. That's the thing, AZ Prods. We got the power. The people got the power. We got it for real, not for pretend. And one of the things the internet did, in addition to stealing our consciousness and our soul, is it also gave us the power to form a community of our own. So, everything's got a dark side and a light side. So the light sides, we can form a community to oh yes, as a car. Yeah, as a car, just buy yourself a beater. That's right. Just buy yourself a beater. If you're a Torp and you need a T-shirt, you can just buy yourself a wife beater. But that's a T-shirt type. That's not a literal thing where you're actually beating anybody that you're married to. It's a confusing name. I don't particularly like it. It's a colloquialism, if you will. It's a colloquialism. There's lots of colloquialisms I don't particularly care for, but they're still colloquialisms. But you don't want to get torqued. I mean, look, we talked about that the other day. You get torqued. Let's put that in the chat. You split that chat, so you know what I'm saying. Torqued. 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 Look, torqued. You don't want to get torqued. You get torqued. That's when you get like the torque all torqued off at you. And you don't want the torqued off at you. He's a swell feller. He's fun to listen to talk. You just don't want him talking about you. You want him talking about anything and anyone on the entire planet, including like grass growing, lawnmowers, Pedros. You want him talking about any fucking thing in the world. You want that Torp talking about anything. His hair, his glasses, his nice wife, his family, his beer drinking, weed smoking, you name it. You want the Torp talking about that. You do not want the Torp talking about you. You do not want Torp talking about you, because that's when he gets torqued. And you get torqued and he's talking about you. You ain't gonna have a good time. Nobody wants a torp after him being all torqued. You get torqued. Look, man, you just don't want it to happen. You don't want to be an app slave. You don't want to be torqued. You don't want to join any cults. You don't want to worship any kings. There's just things you don't want in life, and that's one of them. You don't want testicular overpay. You don't want a DoorDash tapeworm. You don't want a corporate butt plug. You don't want any of the corporate butt plug. You don't want any of those things, and you don't want to be torqued. It's obvious. Okay. Yeah, ride share. Sinful Toaster, you thinking of ride and sharing for another revenue source. See, I'm always afraid if I do ride share, and it's not just me. I mean, anyone that's doing ride share, uh, somebody could sneak a microwave could sneak up right behind you, Sinful Toaster, and a microwave could sneak up right behind you, put its microwave cord around your neck. And then what are you going to do, Sinful Toaster? The microwave's sitting right behind you, puts its cord around your toaster neck and chokes your toaster out. You chokes your toaster out. I just don't know how you defend yourself against somebody that's sitting behind your toaster head. Them damn microwaves, you can't trust them. You can't trust no microwave sitting behind your head. I don't know. I'm not willing to do it. I'll tell you that. Old Dad Dash ain't going to be sitting in the front seat with somebody sitting behind me with some kind of microwave cord. Not happening. Not happening. Not going to happen. No. All right. So I said, this is me typing because I was a chat participant. I said, wake up, wake up, wake up. The media loved it. When people are fighting over chicken sandwiches, don't forget that they want you dead. That's true. Remember how much the media loved it during the pandemic when everybody's fighting over the chicken sandwiches and yeah, right, your pastors in their 10-year or newer restrictions. Yeah, well, there's a facade going on here. There's a facade going on here of legitimacy. There's a facade going on of legitimacy, but really, this is just keeping up a scheme. Rideshare's dog shit. Rideshare's dog shit. Rideshare's just a more expensive cab. Remember how rideshare came along because it was cheaper than cabs? It's not cheaper than cabs anymore. It's a dog shit business proposition. It's all mobbed up and linked up and AI'd up, and you can't make money on it anymore. Watch Uber Chief Arizona, man. He's tearing them rideshare companies new assholes every day, morning, noon, and night. Every time that guy gets on the air, that Jeff from rideshare, from Uber Lyft Arizona, Uber Lyft AZ. Somebody put that in the chat. He's always just ripping them new assholes because they suck, man. Those are just fraud machines. Those are fraud machines. So you can't tell me that just because you joined the gig economy, it's the only way to make the world function, because the gig economy is brand new. It functioned just fine before that. All these are just tapeworms. Remember, the tapeworm, the only thing you can do with the tapeworms, kill it and shit it out. That's what DoorDash is. That's what Uber is. That's what Lyft is. They're tapeworms. You got to kill them and shit them out. I wish there was some elegant way for me to put this in Dash parlance for you to know what to do. To get rid of them tapeworms, but there ain't nothing else to do. You got to kill the tapeworm and you got to shit it out. I'm sorry. I apologize to you for that being the only solution. It's not my choice. It's not what I want either. Look. I wrote this because it's one of my favorite quotes. Okay. Only that day dawns to which we are awake. There is more day to dawn. The sun is but a morning star. And we heard Dash and Q read that to us. That's from Henry David Thoreau. And he wrote that in a book called Walden, which is Walden Pond. Walden's a place. He lived in a place called Walden. He went out and lived in the wilderness all by himself to find himself. And he found himself in the wilderness. He wrote, only that day dawns to which we are awake. There is more day to dawn. The sun is but a morning star. And again, his name was Henry David Thoreau, Walden. So you could read that. You could also listen to it. And so I said, dick bags rule the world. That is true, right? Dick bags have traditionally ruled the world, because what kind of person would call themselves a king or a president and then not be fair to all people, just give a lot to the wealthy people that supported them and call themselves a president? That'd be a dick bag. That'd be what you call a dick bag. We have to be smarter than them. That's not very hard to do, because we is smarter than them, or let them end our species. That's not going to be my choice. I do not want them to end my species. I do not want them to end the species of sinful toaster. I don't want them to end all the sinful toasters. I like my toasters, and I like them sinful, and I like my microwaves. Nasty. I like my microwaves nasty. I think sometimes people just need a nasty microwave. I just don't want one sitting behind me. I don't got nothing against microwaves. I just ain't gonna let one sit behind me because I don't trust them. I didn't say I didn't like them. I just don't trust microwaves. we have to demand an end to homelessness. Well, I wrote that because that's true. We have to demand an end to homelessness. Obviously, nobody else is going to do it. The politicians aren't going to demand an end to homelessness. They're happy with people living in tent cities and squalor and having to do meth, stay awake at night so they don't get raped. That's what they're fine with. And I'm not okay with that part either. If we don't, who will? Well, that's a good point, me. I'm going to give myself a point for being right there. That should be demand one of the human union that Thomas Glitch-Schubeck, that bastard, talks about. The human union down here in the sewer where everybody belongs. That should be demand number one, is everybody gets housed, because you can't do shit if you're not housed. You can't work, you can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't shit. You can't do nothing if you're not housed. It's very hard to do that. And I said, game over. I'm going to go talk go live and talk about civil rights, and Quentin Dash and Q, my friend, said that's just fine. So that is that's some of the chat from what happened there. Here's some more of that chat. Let's see. I loaded this up specifically so that I could share this with you. If you're wondering why I went to the trouble to load these things up, I guess you can read it too, if and you want to. I'll give it, give it the thumbs up. So that we give that algorithm all the encouragement it needs to share this content with the world, because it's content. It's content. It's content. It's maybe content that ain't even conning you that much. It'd be the best kind of content we might get around these parts. All right. People, this is a typo. People think corporations can't be beat. They can. That's me saying that, and I do believe that. People think corporations can't be beat. You know how many people told me DoorDash can't be beat, Uber can't be beat, Lyft can't be beat? Well, of course they can be beat. They're dog shit. They're just apps. You could turn them suckers off. You could beat them this week if you wanted to. You'd have them beat by Saturday. If we all just did the log outage, where we just turn these things off. We don't just turn them off. We just delete them off our phone altogether. Delete the apps. It's called the log outage. That's what it's called. That's how you spell it. And if you want to make it into like a hashtag form, you could make it the log outage, like that, and go the log outage. And so you put it up, the log outage. Don't got no capital O. It's just got a capital T and a capital L. The log outage. The log outage is just what it sounds like. It's just what it sounds like. It's just when we all log out together. It's the log outage. That's what can end the gig economy if we want to end the gig economy. And we do want to end the gig economy. We have to end the gig economy because it's trying to end us. Like, I mean, you're going to kill the robot, or you're going to let the robot kill you? You better kill the robot. The robot ain't even alive, right? There is no DoorDash. DoorDash don't exist. DoorDash is a figment of your imagination. DoorDash is a computer illusion, a fake market, a rigged game. Hello, Glitch Dash, you bastard. I was talking about you. Glitch Dash. I was talking about you, and I was saying nasty things. From front to back, I was saying nasty things. People think, Glitch Dash, people think corporations can't be beat, but they can. And kings can be beat because none of them got real power. You ever watch any of them old movies and all them kings, like they're a king, then they get killed, and then another king comes up, and then that king gets killed, and then a queen comes up, then she gets killed, and then a king comes up. See, kings are like, presidents and shit. They don't last forever. You call yourself a king, you're putting a big target on you. You're putting a big old fat target on yourself. If you're going to call yourself a king, you better have good security. You better have yourself a castle and a moat and an army. If you're going to call yourself a king, you better have three things. Here's three things if you're going to call yourself a king. You better have a castle. You got yourself a castle, very secure. You better have yourself a moat so that they can't get to you. And then you better have yourself an army to defend your moated castle. And even then, they can put you under siege and just circle you and starve you out, unless you got like an organic garden inside. But you're probably not, I doubt your kingdom is in Portland, so you probably don't have no organic garden. So you see, if you're a king, you're a scared motherfucker. Kings are scared all the time. Kings are always scared that people are going to find out that they ain't special. They ain't born of special blood. They ain't born of Jesus Christ. They ain't born of nothing else. They weren't a born leader. They weren't a born king. They're just a person. They just take a shit like everybody else. They just pee like everybody else. One of the great things about the old North Korea, the current dictator's father, Kim the father of North Korea, Kim Il. I'll look it up here because I'm going to get the name wrong, and I don't want to be disrespectful to North Korea. I ain't got nothing against North Korea. North Korea. So the father of North Korea was Kim Jong Un. Kim Jong Un, which means the first King Kim Un. Kim Jong. It's the Kim Jong Un. The person now who's in charge is the Kim Jong Kim Jong Kim Jong two. Anyway, this first Kim Jong Un, one of the most famous, one of my most favorite stories about the Kim Jong Un is that he famously did not defecate. He did not poop. Kim Jong Un did not poop. He had no use for a bidet like that bastard Glitch Dash. Kim Jong Un did not poop. He was such a superhuman. He did not defecate. Now that's magic, right? And he was also the father of modern film. He was known for shooting, I think, an entire game of 18 holes of golf with hitting holes in one. Right. So that's a king. That's a king. That's the Mac Daddy of kings, right? The guy don't poop. He's an incredible golfer. He's a filmmaker. That's the king. I mean, look, if that Pedro don't poop, then we need to know it. I need to know if Pedro don't poop. Does Pedro poop? Let's ask that question in the chat because we really should know this. Just because, does Pedro poop? Okay, because we know that North Korean, the father of North Korea, Kim Jong Un, he didn't poop. He didn't poop. And if you don't poop, so no poop, this is the sociology of calculus, no pooping equals power. That shows that you are powerful if you do not poop. No pooping equals power. Does Pedro poop? I forgot. See, this is where I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I forgot a question mark. That's a question. You can't pose a question, no question mark. See, so I got to fix it. I got to fix it. So no pooping equals power. We know this. We're doing calculus of sociology. This is academic study, by the way. That's why we're here this morning. We're studying civil rights. This is the calculus of sociology, which is also the calculus of civil rights. Yeah, no Pedroing. No poop equals full shit. Well, that is true. See, that is true, Drone Days. That's one of the confusing paradoxes of not pooping is where does all that go? When you're eating and you're eating and you're eating and you're eating and you got the DoorDash tapeworm, where does all that go? What's happening? Does Pedro have a poop intake system? Does Pedro have like an internal poop intake system? So you got to ask yourself, does Pedro poop? Now, see, if Pedro came on my show right now, I would ask him and I'd let him speak for himself. I'd say, Pedro, do you poop? Are you the king of kings? Are you like Kim Jong-un? Are you the father of DoorDash and GigTube such that you no longer have the need to defecate? That's the kind of thing that I need to know when I'm looking for a king. See, kings, again, and then not only do you have to not defecate, I need you to have a castle, a moat, and an army. You got to have three things. You got to have castle, moat, army, and no pooping. No pooping. No pooping. Okay. Now, we do have to pay attention to the fact, right, we got a paradox, and Drone Days is pointing out that paradox to us, which is very important, that no poop can also equal full shit. That's why Drone Days will be a good scholar someday. Drone Days understands the calculus of sociology. Drone Days understands the calculus of sociology. Now, Drone Days has also been along to understand that the DoorDash tapeworm plus the corporate butt plug equals testicular overpay. So this is not, we're no longer on the ground level of the teaching. We're now elevating ourselves to the consciousness, to the secondary level, because we've already stormed, and then we formed after the storm, and we had lots of storm, and then we formin. Now we're Norman. I think we're Norman because you go storm, form, norm, perform. This is sociological calculus for you from sociological calculus from the consulting industry. You got a storm. So we did lots of storming, raining on each other, peeing on each other, golden showers everywhere, all kinds of pooping and defecating on people's doorsteps. I saw Bigfoot Dasher pooping in a bag. I saw Bigfoot Dasher pooping in a bag. I actually like that. That was my favorite poop of the entire thing. But so we've been storming and pooping and peeing all over ourselves. We just been making a mess. Then we started norming a little bit. No, we started forming. You got to get your forming storming correct. So we stormed, then we formed. Now we mostly formed. We were, because you're here, I'm here. Glitch Dash is there, Brian's there, lots of forming. And now we're norming. We're finding our norms. And Dash and Q's helping us find our norm, because Dash and Q's a smart feller. All right, so we know what a king is and we know what a king ain't. Let's see. So Trucking with Gambrell said, I put together my new page now. I'm be going ape shit on mine. Well, that's exciting. Trucking with Gambrell. I think hopefully watching you go ape shit will be a fun thing for everyone. We all hold the power. We hold all the power. That is true. That is me. That is me saying that. Inquiring minds do want to know, does Pedro take Pedros, or is Pedro like Kim Jong-un and poop free? Is he poop free? Does he have a self cleaning system within the Pedro? We hold all the power. We lack the community to use our power. But see, that's right now. But see, we're Norman now. We're Norman around this community that we lack. And I say that's our problem. Your awakening is the battle for human survival. No, and I'm speaking to the whole community there. I'm not speaking to Q. Race is another illusion. That's true. We're all the same people inside. They want us to hate each other. They do want us to hate each other. And we are already told by Bigfoot Dasher, you take the rectal temperature of a Bigfoot Dasher, it's 98.6, same as a human. We're all the same. 98.6. It's an illusion. AI is here to steal your soul and consciousness. Well, that is true. AI is here to steal your soul and consciousness, enslave your mind, then your body. Well, that's also true. Many humans will volunteer to be slaves. That is true. Many humans will volunteer to be slaves in this digital age. Some will be awake to save humanity. That's you. You, the leaders. That is you. Every one of you. That's you. Q is awake. Listen to him. And don't listen to fools like Pedro, because Pedro don't poop. And you can't listen to somebody that don't poop. He ain't normal. And then peace, love, and music is always a good thing to suggest. Here's good advice for you. Here's good advice when you think about banging you some unicorns with some kings. Unicorns aren't real. Pedro is a character, not a king. Unicorns aren't real. Pedro is a character, not a king. Glitch Dash says the best way to check the internal temperature of a dasher is spreadsheets. That is true. So you check that internal temperature with spreadsheets, and then you can record it as well in a simultaneous fashion. It's very, very efficient. Have fun, everyone. Have fun. Have to take a Pedro. Well, I understand, mental mind. We all have to cleanse our systems of the detritus, of the waste, of the human waste, and everybody has to take a Pedro every now and then. I coughed me up a Pedro earlier today. Pedros can come out of any orifice of a human structure. Pedros come out. You get a Pedro out your nose. You could hawk up a Pedro. You could poop out a Pedro. You could probably pee out a Pedro. I don't know how liquid Pedro is. Pedro is usually a more viscous form. And I said, so kings must go. Yeah, so Drone Days has a spreadsheet of their poops. Now, see, now you're getting into the Dad Dash wheelhouse, Drone Days. Now you're getting into the Dad Dash wheelhouse, because you get spreadsheets out of all your poops. You start learning things. You apply some statistical analysis, some sociological calculus to the spreadsheets of all your poops. then all of a sudden you're going to learn something. You're going to find trends. You're going to find trends. You can run a statistical analysis. You can run a regression analysis. You can predict the consistency of future poops like DoorDash does. See, DoorDash, that tapeworm in your system, that tapeworm's reporting everything back to DoorDash. That tapeworm that's infiltrating your system, then you got that corporate butt plug, which is given the testicular overpay, right? So that tapeworm, that's reporting back to DoorDash. That is a traitorous tapeworm that's in your system, right? Which is why you got to kill that DoorDash tapeworm and shit it out. It's reporting everything back to DoorDash. So, you know, you get a little temperature above the 98.6, you get 99 degrees. It goes, hi, DoorDash, this motherfucker's getting up to 99 degrees, and DoorDash will just cool you down. It'll just send a little cooling messages to the tapeworm, cool you down internally. Or if DoorDash wants to heat you up, it just turns on that heater tapeworm. Probably also can turn on some of the heating elements of your corporate butt plug, get you all steamed up inside in an internal system. Then you end up like Pedro with the testicular overpay. This is serious shit we're talking about here. This could end your life. This could end your life. Yeah, Metal Mike, have a good Pedro. Have a good Pedro. We hope that Pedro is cleanly released and fulfilling for everybody. Thanks, Thomas. Yeah. Yes, Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams are very important. So a Venn diagram, well, some people call them a Venn diagram with an E, like a Venn diagram. So Venn diagrams are overlapping circles. So overlapping circles, this is business school that we're going through here because this is educational. So a Venn diagram, if you got two circles, it'd be like, what is the intersection of Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago, and Depends undergarments for the poopy pants? Like, what is the intersection? So you get yourself a corporate throuple. All of a sudden, there's a crossover. There's an intersection between the Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago, and the Depends poopy pants. You form that corporate throuple. So now you got yourself a Venn diagram. And so this part, if you could see through these knuckles, if you could see through right here and see that other hand, like this overlapping element right here, this overlapping element, you could switch it from side to side, but that overlapping element, that's part of a Venn diagram. And so that would be the shared subset of the Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago, and the Depends poopy pants sponsorship. So what you got yourself when you got the corporate throuple, you've got the Venn diagram, which is the intersection, the shared subset of the Pedro, DoorDash, glitchy pants, poopy pants, Depends, Santiago. That's what you learn in business school. So if you have yourself like $80,000, I just saved you $80,000. Dad Dash just saved you $80,000. That's the calculus of sociology. Yeah, you just have to relax. You have to relax. If you're all clenched up and in fear, like you're going to be decapitated at any moment, Glitch Dash. If you look, man, nobody wants to be decapitated. Look, Sam Lee got decapitated. We don't even know why he got decapitated. That man was a company man. Sam Lee was a company man if there ever was. Sam Lee. Set Sam Lee free. Free Sam Lee. DoorDash, AI, spreadsheet, robot, fuckwad. Okay, so we're standing up for our community right here. I'm sending a message. Free Sam Lee, DoorDash, AI, spreadsheet, robot, fuckwad. I think we could all send justice for Sam Lee. That's right, justice for Sam Lee. I think we could all send DoorDash messages saying justice for Sam Lee, DoorDash, AI, spreadsheet, robot, fuckwad. Because AI fired Sam Lee. Sam Lee's out there being a company man, taking every single order on the Prop 22. He's a working and a slaving and a working and a slaving, working and a slaving more than probably anybody else in this whole stupid nation. This man is a company man for the DoorDash, and they decapitated him. They just decapitated him. What is today? Today's Thursday, like Tuesday night. Tuesday night, he was in the chat for that bastard Glitch Dash, and they just decapitated Sam for no reason. Well, I won't say no reason. There might have been a reason, but they ain't telling you. They ain't telling me. They ain't telling Sam Lee. Yeah, Sam Lee once carried a barbecue set 2 miles for a person on his back. That's right. That's right. I done that shit too, man. How many of you people parked in some trailer park where there ain't no consistent addresses, and you stomping around in the fog and the cold of the Bloomington morning looking for an address on a motherfucking trailer that don't exist, and you're getting yourself a 1 mile hike in while you're trying to deliver breakfast from the IHOP in Bloomington, Indiana. Put a 5 or a 7 or a 3 or a 4 or an 8, 5, 7, 3, 4, and 8. If you can imagine Jeff Thomas Black stumbling around in the wet grass in the trailer parks in Bloomington, Indiana, looking for a fucking trailer with no address on it and people that don't answer their phone. Put a 1211-543 in the chat. 1211-543 in the chat if you can imagine me stumbling around in the fog of Bloomington, Indiana as an app slave. Because I was one. I did this just like you did. I'm going to put, I can imagine me, so I'm going to put a 12. I'm going to put an 8. I'm going to put a 5. I'm going to put a 4. I'm going to put a 3. Thank you. Thank you, Glitch Dash. Thank you, Glitch. I might have even screwed up, and Glitch Dash probably got it right, so I probably need to amend my thing within 11, because I can imagine myself driving around the trailer parks of yeah, can we get a fact check? Can we get a fact check? This is a fact. This is a fact. This is an absolute motherfucking fact. I delivered to so many trailer parks in Bloomington, Indiana, and there is a trend of bad addresses and people that do not answer their phones. Yeah, there's a trend of people that do not answer their phones. Okay, and so I never even tried to think about what had a tip or what didn't have a tip. I only look at the top line amount, and I don't consider the potential future of testicular overpay in my calculations. I just look at the straight amount, whatever that is. That's what I'm going to get. If it's more, that's fine. But I don't believe in testicular overpay for normal dashers. You got to be like a Pedro. You got to have a closed system. You got to really be dedicated to get that testicular overpay, but it's very painful. You don't want it. And if you're a woman, you ain't going to get it because it's a sausage party, but it can jump up and bite you in the vagina, right? That's the legacy of the testicular overpay. But anyway, so I've been in this spot, right, where you're just stumbling around doing nothing, wasting all your time, slaving like Sam Lee, and then all of a sudden you, well, I never been decapitated. I decapitated myself. I performed the log outage live here. I took my phone and I took the app and I touched it and I just delete the app is what I did. And I did the log outage right here live online. Someday you'll probably do that too. Maybe we'll do it together. Maybe we'll just sing a kumbaya, kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya. Time to log out, my Lord, kumbaya. The log outage, kumbaya. The log outage, kumbaya. And then we get our humanity back, and we get our community back. We get our local economy back. We get all of it back. We just shit it. We just kill that DoorDash tapeworm. We shit it out. And we kill that Uber tapeworm. We shit it out. We kill that Lyft tapeworm. Shit it out. They ain't gonna steal your car. They ain't gonna steal your car. You can still go give rides to people. You can call yourself a taxi. You can call yourself a town car. You can call yourself Phil or Mike or anything you want. You can call yourself Jeff if you want to. I don't got no trademark on the name. Don't call yourself Dad Dash. I'm Dad Dash. You can call yourself Steve Askin for slots 13 if you want to. I don't think that's a real person. I don't think he really needs that name. Call yourself Pedro. I don't know. You can call yourself whatever you want, but you don't need Lyft. You don't need Uber, and you don't need DoorDash. You certainly don't need Grubhub. You don't need any of these enslaving, app slavery, fraudulent corporate AI scams. We know what they are now. We ain't that stupid. Okay, what else we got? Well, there's more, but you ain't showing it to me. Well, come on now. We're going to have to refresh the screen here. Excuse me. I just burped up another Pedro. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, well, son of a gun, we're going to have some fun on the bio. I'm not having fun because my pictures ain't showing here. I got more pictures. Well, for goodness sakes. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Well, it just don't matter what we're going to have to live in the moment. We're just going to have to live in the moment and deal with it. All right. That's what we're going to have to do. Well, there, trust me, there's more chat. And if you go back and watch yourself, that Dashing Q, or you can go back and watch this stream because we shared a lot of the Dashing Q23. Our friend Quentin Maurice Williford, Dashing Q23. You go back and watch more of that, you're going to see our chat because I like to log in the morning. Arizona Prod was in there chatting this morning. Who else was in there? I don't know. Bigfoot Dasher's in there this morning. Bigfoot Dasher, my friend Bigfoot Dasher, is in there this morning. Yeah, that was all very good. That was all very well and good. I enjoyed it very much. We're going to sing you a little song now. We need to raise our spirits because I get a little frustrated when I'm talking about the slavery and the app slavery and the kings and all the people that want you dead. It makes me upset. It makes me upset. I don't think I want your kids and my lifespans. And I want you to live your full lifespan. There's lots of you young fellers and ladies out there living, and I want to see you living your full lifespans. That's not going to happen if you give your life over to corporate AI. It's just not. It's not going to happen. And you need to accept that. You need to realize that. You need to come to terms with that. And you need to wake up and save yourself from the biggest threat to humanity there's ever been, which is corporate AI. This is their opportunity to steal your soul. I don't think you need your soul and your soul and your consciousness stolen. Don't even call it a soul. You don't have to be a religious person. Don't call it a soul. Call it something else. Call it your consciousness. Call it your consciousness. Hi, Robert Reese. I'm glad you're back because we're talking about consciousness. We're talking about truth and transparency. We're talking about the things that are going to save this human race, not app slavery and corporate AI, which is enslaving us. And the fact that these corporate tapeworms, we just got to kill them and shit them out because we're all better without them. The boomer way is not the way. That's right. The boomer way is not the way. My parents are boomers, right? My parents are in their 80s. They don't understand what we're going through. They think there are good jobs out there. They think there's good housing out there. They don't understand the world ain't like, they can't. It's not fair. You can't expect somebody in their 80s to understand what it's like to be raising a family today. It ain't the same thing. I got 20 years on most of you folks. Like maybe a lot of you folks born about 1988. Well, I was born in 1968, so I got a good 20 years on you. And in that 20 years, we didn't have a lot of computers. We didn't have lots of games. We didn't have social media. We had to go around and act in the world. And you all confused now because you've been doing this so long in this virtual world, you forget what it is to be alive. And that's one of the things, I am not the demographic for the Coach Eli. I'm not the demographic for the Coach Eli. There you go, 72, 76. We got the birthdays. My dashing, magnificent friend is born in 72. Bigfoot Dasher born in 76. So some of us remember a little bit more of what the world used to be like. And that's not make America great again. That's maybe make life great again. Make life great again. Wake up, make life great again. America's never been great. America's just a slave and Ponzi scheme. Make life great again. So why would life be great again? It wouldn't be great again because there were black people enslaved when I was born and black people enslaved now. Life would be great again if we were actually free and we lived in peace. That would be what would make life great again. But see, we've never been free. The police, the all cops are bastards. The police of the United States were created as slave catchers. That's what they were created for. And so you ain't going to have slave catchers that are going to keep you safe and free. That's just not going to happen. It just can't happen. You understand? You can't expect corporations that exploited you to be the ones that are going to save you. You cannot expect slave catchers to keep you safe. Slave catchers, the cops have no responsibility to keep you safe. They keep themselves safe. They ostensibly enforce laws that they choose to enforce. They are not keeping you safe because you're not safe. You could be decapitated at any moment. No cop's going to save you. So we need ourselves, if you will, a reason to believe. And so Dad Dash is going to give you a little reason to believe. Now, here's a fun thing. You know who was born in Oregon? The man that wrote this song, Tim Hardin. Tim Hardin was born in Oregon, and he went to South Eugene High School. The home of the University of Oregon is there in Eugene. Tim Hardin, born there. Rod Stewart made this song very famous. I'd probably do it more in the Dad Dash style of maybe a Johnny Cash, but we'll find out. If I listen long enough to you, I'd find a way to believe that it's all true. Knowing that you lied, straight-faced while I cried, still I'll look to find a reason to believe. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give, never think about myself. If I gave you time to change my mind, I'd find a way just to leave the past behind. Knowing that you lied, straight-faced while I cried, still I look to find a reason to believe. Long enough to you, I'd find a way to believe that it's all true. Knowing that you lied, straight-faced while I cried, still I look to find a reason to believe. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give, never think about myself. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give, never think about myself. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give, never think about myself. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give. That's right, Robert. Well, you see, now I'm bored with DoorDash. I'm like Pedro. I get bored with DoorDash, so I got to bring you some entertainment. So I can be like Pedro and phone it in for you there, Robert. I ain't going to phone it in. If I phone it in, I'd be like the Pedro, just phone it in, because I hate my job. I hate what I'm doing. I hate everybody that listens to me in my audience. I don't hate you, Robert. I like you. I even like that DMF. Good thing your credit is good. Yeah, good thing if you got good credit. I suppose credit's one of the biggest lies in the universe, right? That's just the corporations telling you got to pay them back. They don't got to pay you back, but you got to pay them back. That's what consumer credit is. Uh, would I be happy? You betcha. I ain't complaining. For me, I'm maybe one of the happiest people on earth. I'm totally satisfied. If I died today, I'd be just fine. I'm completely happy and person at peace. I'm doing my dream. I'm communicating with you. I'm spreading peace in the world. I'm a very, very happy person. Would I be clowning myself up here singing the karaoke for you as Dad Dash if I was a serious person? If I didn't want you to enjoy this, if I didn't want myself to enjoy this, if I don't hate anything. I don't hate anything, man. I love everything. I love life. Well, I do hate some things. I hold in contempt people that take advantage of people that are already down, which is everyone in the government, everyone in regulation, everyone in corporations. They're taking advantage of you and kicking you while you're down. I'm one of you. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. I'm not like the Pedro. I'm not here for some people. I'm here for everyone. I'm here in the sewer with you. I live in the sewer with you. We're the sewer family. So fuck those guys. I'm here for the 40 million, the 400 million. So I hope that explains that to you. I am very much at peace with my life and my existence. Thank you for asking, DMF. Thank you for asking, DMF. And yes, am I up here being silly for you? Yeah, but this is kind of dad I was too. I'm Dad Dash. That's why I'm Dad Dash. You think my kids and I didn't have fun? We had fun. We rode around in the car singing to each other, being silly, making each other laugh hysterically. That's what I'm going to do with you too, because that's what makes it fun for me. I don't want to walk around here like a Pedro, moping around every day, hating my job. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to do that. That's not my thing. So I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. This is the way I want to do it. I want to have fun and be silly. I want to have fun and be silly and enjoy music and enjoy community and enjoy winning. I like winning. I like winning with you. We're going to win. We're already going to win. Remember, we all know because we all look back and we go, how come those slaves didn't just rise up and take out all those people in the mansions? And we go, well, we don't know. We can't figure it out. Well, how about today? Why don't we just rise up and take our freedom back from all those people in the mansions? Are there people that are in 200 years going to go, how come those people in 2023 didn't just rise up from their tent encampments and take the country back from those people in the mansions? And people are going to go, I don't know. They must have been cowards. They must have been afraid of stuff. I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid of nothing. There's nothing to be afraid of. If you want to be afraid of what's out there already. Your worst nightmare is already out there floating around the world called app slavery. It's already out there. Yeah, autocorrect always sucks, man. Autocorrect is the way that you send your mom messages of hate with autocorrect because it screws up everything we want to say. Don't ever do jokes online with autocorrect. It'll screw up your punchline every time, DMF. It'll screw up your punchline every time. Okay. So what else do I want to share with you this morning? I was taking notes so that I didn't have to keep it all in my head. All right, we're going to talk about civil rights. We're going to talk about civil rights for a minute. So we're going to go over here, and in order to talk about civil rights, I'm going to take you to my Twitter page. My Twitter page is called LRB. It is not. And that Twitter handle stands for Locker Room Banter. It is not. Just like this is not Locker Room Banter. This is very serious business. Very serious business. My world is not locker room. My world is not also Locker Room Banter. So here we go. We're going to share this with you. Class is in session. Class is in session. Pedro said we're going to go to school. Pedro told us we're going to go to school and that class will be in session. I like that, Pedro. I think we should have school and class should, in fact, be in session. Let's do that. This is Pedro approved. Pedro approved. Let's say here. Yeah, that looks about fine. That looks about fine. All right. Let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger. View, zoom in. No, that ain't working. I'm in the wrong screen. View, zoom in. Yeah, that's better. That's a little better. I like that. View, zoom in. Okay, I like that. I like that. So let's see here. Well, we don't know. We don't know. We don't even know if we're going back to an America that uses the dollar, DMF. This whole thing is 52 cards pickup. If you think there's any security in a W-2 any more than a gig tube that can gig work app slavery that can decapitate you at any time, no. I mean, the corporate world already changed employment in this nation, not in Germany or other places where they got actual worker protections. They already changed the world to instant decapitation. They already changed the world into instant decapitation, whether you're in that or not. So I made that. This is bye, dashing magnificent friend. You have a great day. You have a great day. You're not saying bye forever. You're just saying bye for now. Farewell, my dashing magnificent friend. Farewell, our dashing magnificent friend. Dashing magnificent friend, nothing is as permanent as we think it is. We thought dashing magnificent friend was going off to die, and we don't die. Dashing magnificent friend, come back and see us later. We do not want you to leave. We love you, dashing magnificent friend. Don't leave us. Don't leave us. You know, dashing magnificent friend started out as a dumb motherfucker and grew into a dashing magnificent friend. Which is amazing. That's one of the great evolutions of the gig economy. Now, see, I made this picture with my AI art. I made this picture, and I said, I need me a picture of what labor laundering is, what it feels like to be laundered labor. This is my image in my head of what it feels like to be laundered labor. Okay, so we're going to read what I said because I'm not a writer. Since I'm not a writer, I'm going to read the words I did not write to you. Okay. Now, let's see. When did I not write this? I did not write this in February 13th of 2023. I did not write this then. And it has not been viewed 7,015 times by people that do not read my work. It has not been viewed 7,000 times, which I think is more views than the Pedro gets, by the way. I don't know. Let's look at this feller. Let's check out this feller, Jeff Thomas Black online. 29,100 readers, almost 29,200 readers. So that's weird. That's weird. That's kind of weird. All right. Let's see if I can stabilize myself here. The gig economy requires new terminology, including labor laundering. I made up this word. Labor laundering is similar to money laundering, and both are tailor-made for organized crime. The gig economy intentionally engages and deceives alleged independent contractors, in quotes, because that's you ain't independent, with compensation scheme designed to obscure any measurable rates of pay. That would be like an amount of money per hour or per unit or per time or whatever. Accurate calculations of operational expenses. They don't let you calculate those accurately at all. The reporting of income from countless workers making under $600 per year per company, 1099 miscellaneous. So that's true. If you make under $600 from any given company, they're not going to report that to the IRS. So that's laundered labor. They ain't going to report it to you either. So don't be waiting for your 1099. And the screaming hell monsters of deal-breaking issues. There are a number of hell monsters of deal-breaking issues, the weight of which simply can't be carried by the proletariat. That's you, the people subservient to the kings, without profoundly negative externalities. Externalities are what happened to the society when you're getting ripped off, but nobody's paying the bill, right? So like they're using our roads, they're using our gas, they're using everything. They're polluting the economy, polluting the environment, polluting our lives, but they're not paying the bill. We're all paying the bill. And if we don't pay it, then society pays the bill because somebody got to pay the bill, and it ain't the gig economy corporate cabal. Gig economy corporate free riders, that's what they are. A free rider is somebody that uses resources without paying the amount they should be paying. Owned by notorious foreign investors, yeah, BlackRock, SoftBank, all that stuff. As with SoftBank's Saudi Arabian investors and major Chinese operations are grifting on the entire planet of app slaves and their communities. That's true, that's us. We, the people, and our governments are forced to pay for the costs and consequences of gig economy free riders foist upon us through the unconscionable transference of fundamental and historic risk-reward market dynamics right out of their corporate statements, reports, disclosures, organizational charts, and felonious formations. So what I'm saying there with all them big words is that they are taking us through an unconscionable, an unbelievable, and unsustainable, and immoral, and illegal, fraudulent transference of the fundamental historics of business, which are risk reward, uh, financial disclosure, organizational charts, business models. They're taking us into that. They took us into an entire world of fraud. Okay. Major operational risks, personal risk, public risks like crashing into people, killing people, car wrecks, fuel usage, using up our roads, financial risks, insurance crashes, expenses, waste, wreak incomprehensible havoc to the tune of untold billions of dollars lost to corporate greed. That's why this is a corporate tapeworm, right? It's not benefiting anybody. It's just sucking up the resources, using the resources of the community, of the people, of the restaurants and the merchants, and of the consumers. It's just sucking out all our nutrients and doing nothing for it. And then you got the corporate butt plug up the other side. You got that closed system. It's very dangerous. The gig economy is the ultimate expression of the nature of the revenue producing and labor exploiting anthropomorphized. That means we pretend that DoorDash is somehow human. They're not human. They're nothing like human. Functionally, there ain't no DoorDash, right? You ain't DoorDash. I ain't DoorDash. They ain't DoorDash. There's no DoorDash. There's just a corporate AI system. But they formed this image in our head, this narrative of a DoorDash. But it's a corporate psychopath. It's here to kill you. It's a psycho killer who, through deception with the power of gig app deployed artificial intelligence, we know what that is now. That's called the Dasher app. That's called the food app. That's called the merchant. That's called the merchant interface. Those are all gig app deployed artificial intelligence interfaces. Frightfully exists today. This was back. So we were frightened in February. We should be extra frightened now because it's October 12th. It's garrulous. That means it's very angry and mean and it wants to destroy you. Goals. Diametrically opposed. That means opposite. You can't be independent and dependent at the same time. Those are diametrically opposed ideas. Diametrically opposed is done two different directions. You can't be going left and right at the same time. You can't be independent and dependent at the same time, right? You can't have the goals of a corporation, which is just to exploit you, and the goals of you, which is to live and breathe and support your family. Those don't last at the same time. Those are diametrically opposed goals. You ain't even an employee anymore. They don't even know you. The only thing they want is for you to be cheap and replaceable like Sam Lee. They want you to be as cheap and replaceable as Sam Lee. If you want to be as cheap and replaceable as Sam Lee, you're going to get yourself decapitated. And get decapitated, life ain't going to be the same anymore. You can't work when you're decapitated. If you depend upon computers to employ you, you will depend upon computers to fire you and make you homeless. That is a fact. Okay. If computers employ you, they will fire you. Do you want to be fired by a computer? You might want to be employed by a computer. I bet you don't want to be decapitated by a computer. Put a 2 in the chat if you do not want to be decapitated by a computer. Put a 1 in the chat if you would like to be suffering computer decapitation. So a 2 if you do not want to be decapitated by a computer. Put a 2 in the chat if you want to live. If you want to live and survive and work and feed your family, put a 2, right? You don't want to be decapitated. Our local and world markets are aging infrastructure. That's our bridges, our roads, everything. Everything's going to hell because DoorDash ain't paying for your bridges and roads. DoorDash ain't paying any taxes whatsoever. DoorDash isn't going to pay for the Golden Gate Bridge to be maintained. DoorDash ain't going to pay for the Bay Bridge to be maintained down there where Eli is. DoorDash ain't going to pay for the interstate bridge between Oregon and Washington to be fixed. We don't have a big enough bridge and it's aging and nobody wants to fix it. Nobody wants to pay for it. Now, DoorDash will have you driving back and forth across it all day, but they sure as hell don't want to pay for it. They don't want to pay for it. They don't want to pay for it. They want us to pay for everything, and they're free riders. So DoorDash and Uber and Lyft, you should hate those motherfuckers. You think those oligarchs like the Trump and the Biden and whoever cheating you on taxes, you ain't never met a corporation before. Those corporations taking you up one side down the other, they ain't even paying for the roads they're using. They ain't paying for your insurance. They ain't paying for your automobiles. They ain't paying for the gas. They ain't paying for the inflation helps them. They just taking a bigger share of the community pie while you're paying more just to survive, and they're shitifying you. You're making less every day. You got to be fucking kidding me, son. Who is this a good deal for? Who is this a good deal for? That's insane. This is insane. Only in the gig economy, only with corporate AI and sleeping unconscious people could this even work. Anybody that was awake would not fall for this. You can't fall for this. Right now, we know you can't fall for this illusion. It's crazy. You can just go run off a cliff because everybody else is running off a cliff. Don't run off the cliff. Stop it. This is the survival of our species. Stop running off the cliff. That's what labor laundering looks like. You and a bunch of laundry all getting tumbled up. You ain't having fun. That's miserable in there in the labor laundering. That's you. That's you. Black, white, male, female, sausage party, non-sausage party, testicular overpay, no testicular overpay. That's you. That's you. Well, I got Eli and Coach Eli and Glitch Dash. Both them dudes don't want to sell their soul to the corporate AI, and I appreciate that. I don't want to either. Now, what is this? This is like a no DoorDash sign. No DoorDash sign. Well, 3,914 people have read this version of the no DoorDash sign. That's pretty good. I like that. Now, it's been shared a whole bunch of other ways, but let's read this, because I think I wrote you some things about what civil rights might be. I gave you a numbered list back in February, and actually I wrote this last year. That's not really true. I've been writing for a long time, but I gave this to you again in February because I repeat things if they're terribly important. Sometimes you got to read things more than one time for it to sink in. Reading is not always the easiest thing to do. Yeah, take yourself a Pedro on the floor sometime. It'll make you feel free. Take a Pedro in the wilderness. You take a Pedro in the wilderness, check with Wild Alaska. You take yourself a Pedro in the wilderness, you'll feel like you're flying like an eagle. You're flying like an eagle, just like, taking yourself a Pedro in the wilderness. Oh, man. Okay, let's read a little bit of this. Let's read a little bit because this is important words that I want to read to you. Okay, you ready? We're going to start up here. Now, this is part of the book. You want to know where the book is? This ain't published yet, but the book's written for you. It's just not out there in book form for you. But this is part of the book. You're going to read this in the book. You get to see it now. I'm giving you a free preview. Civil rights are mandatory for the workforce of the gig economy. Does anybody want to argue against that? Does anybody argue that their civil rights are not important today? Well, see, here's the problem. Everybody in the government, everybody in regulation, everybody in corporations sold out your civil rights. That's a problem. That's a big fucking problem. Your number one problem is they sold out your civil rights. That's why I'm here, because I'm a civil rights guy. That's what drew me into this gig economy, is your civil rights. So why is Jeff Thomas Black here? It ain't for money. It ain't for glory, although I do love singing for you. It's for civil rights. That's why I'm here. Civil rights are mandatory for the workforce of the gig economy, meaning safety, transparency, compensation, and fair conditions of contract work, including. Okay, so nobody's going to argue with these first things, right? Is anybody going to be arguing that we deserve civil rights, safety, transparency, compensation that's fair, and fair conditions of contract work? God, I hope there's nobody arguing against that today. Pedro ain't here, so there's nobody arguing against it. We got no kings in the house. There are no kings in the house. I'm going to put that in the chat. We're going to put no kings in the house. There are no kings in our house. There are no kings welcome in our house. We don't need ourselves no kings. We don't need ourselves no pyramid schemes and union bosses and mobsters and politicians. None of them are here for us. They already sold us out. We don't need them to confirm our civil rights. So we got those just by being here, being alive. All right. Number one, end the pervasive psychological abuses of systematic wage depression. They're depressing your wages down. They've been doing it since I wrote this. They're still doing it today. Inherent in all rigged gig app labor market simulations. Okay, there were people with back then when I wrote this arguing with me about whether we were in a simulation on DoorDash or not. I hope nobody's arguing anymore that we're in a simulation, because this is a simulated market. Ain't nothing real about DoorDash. Nothing real about DoorDash. This is a rigged game. This is a gamblified rigged game. Okay, number two. End misrepresentations to deceived consumers and gig workers, that's you, of the gig economy's game world selection. In other words, providing the illusion of independence, because that's the meanest thing of all. They're telling you you're free, and you're not free at all, right? They got you trapped in a prison. They're going, you're free, fly free in our prison. And you're in a video game. You're in a game. They're lying to you about the real world. That's bad. That's real bad. They should be decapitated for this. They should all be decapitated for this. And DoorDash should be destroyed, and we should burn it with fire and shit it out just like a tapeworm. Okay. And misrepresentations to deceive consumers and gig workers of the gig economy's game world selection, providing the illusion of independence and the rigged market simulations, which are overtly packaged by design as fraud. They're packaged in a gig app for you by design as fraud. But that's again because we're in the sewer. They don't care if we have fraud in the sewer. They care if the fraud's in the middle class. They care if the fraud's in the upper class. They care if the fraud's maybe with some politicians here or there, depending on which side they're on. They don't care if the fraud's happening to us. We're the people that are supposed to be the slaves. We've been defrauded since fraud was invented. We are the people who are supposed to be defrauded. So they ain't all worked up about us being defrauded. I'm worked up about us being defrauded. That glitch dash bastard's all worked up about us being defrauded. Okay. Number 3. And the gamblified, that's a hat tip to Vina DeBall, an academic person, a woman, an academic person, professor of law, University of California, Irvine, Technology and Society, work law, precarity, race, not legal advice, she, her, and same sister. Okay, so that's Vina DeBall. She wrote a paper where she invented this term. I invented labor laundering and app slavery and a lot of other words. She invented the word we're just dumb money to them. That is true. We're dumb money. We're passive income is what we are. We're, how everybody dreams of passive income. You're passive income. We're passive income. We're passive income. I got to take off my jacket here. I'm getting all heated up over civil rights. I hope you forgive me for changing all in front of you here. It's probably distasteful for a man of my age and advanced societal age. So, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm getting a little steamed up over the civil rights. Okay, number 3, and gamblified gig apps that make income both unacceptably unreliable. That's a double negative, but it still applies. It's unacceptable that it's unreliable, which means if double negative, that means we need reliable work. We can't have unacceptably unreliable. We need reliable. Okay, it's impermanent because you can be decapitated at any moment, like Sam Lee. You could be just decapitated without warning, and the next thing you know, you're going into the glitch dash chat telling everybody you got decapitated, and everybody's like, "Why, Sam Lee? Why did you get decapitated? This man's worked his guts out being a company man for DoorDash." And Sam Lee goes, "I don't know. I don't know why they decapitated me. I just got decapitated, and nobody knows." And here we still don't know. Okay, because it was computer AI that did it. It wasn't a person that did it. There's nobody at DoorDash that hates Sam Lee. DoorDash don't give a shit about Sam Lee. DoorDash don't even know Sam Lee exists. That's the pity of it all. DoorDash should be having Sam Lee on posters around the office. Everybody up there at the posters in the DoorDash Corporation could be giving Sam Lee virtual high fives on the posters, like high five Sam Lee, high five Sam Lee, high five Sam Lee. Instead, they got their computer computer system decapitating Sam Lee. That should tell you something right there. If Sam Lee's getting decapitated, what's going to happen to you? You're going to get decapitated too. Just a matter of time before you face your own decapitation. And all gamified coercion in systems. Gig apps are ruthlessly designed to exploit and compel contractor performance of non-economically viable money-losing tasks. If you're losing money doing a task, if you ask, like, what could be worse than slavery, which is being forced to work for nothing? What if you were a slave and you had to pay to be a slave? That would be like being an app slave. That's why app slavery is a new category, because you pay in to be a slave. You're actually paying to be a slave. That's a strange thing, but they convinced us to do it because we live in the sewer and we ignorant in the sewer, and they lied to us. They lied to us during the pandemic. They lied to the world. They still don't tell the truth. See, we know this in the gig economy. I know this because I did 5,521 deliveries for DoorDash exclusively, the only gig economy company I ever studied and worked for intensively. So I know this for a fact, that we're gaslighted, that none of this exists, but I also know that they didn't tell us the truth about anything, that we're just all running out there confused. And until you take the time to stop and figure and take a look around and wake up and compare this to the real world, it's very easy to be surprised. And remember, we're the people they sold out. It's not like the politicians don't know you're being sold out. They got paid millions and millions and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars by Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, DoorDash, all those companies all over the world, paying off governments. 27 nations DoorDash is in, paying off governments to look the other way. paying off people to look the other way while they enslave their lowest caste. But see, the government's always wanted you to be enslaved. This is just a more efficient way to do it. The government's very happy about this. Governments are very happy. The government of India is very happy about the fact that people are being enslaved with AI. It's a very easy way to control your population if you get them all hooked up with corporate AI. See, this is great. And see, they signed up for it. These people are like, you will not make us stop being app slaves. You will not take my app slavery. I demand my app slavery. Like, I demand to be ruled by computers as a non-human that can be decapitated at any time. Okay, well, that's what we're fighting for. We're actually fighting for our own slavery. That's how genius these folks are. That's why they planted lots of people that are lined us in the gig community with Glitchgate and all the opportunity out there in rideshare and in last mile delivery. That's why they're lying to us. That's why they're lying to our communities. That's why they're lying to our merchants. That's why they're lying to the consumers, because it's a big scam. They got to lie to you to make the most amount of money before they disappear. And that's what they're going to do. They're just going to disappear on us, poof, like Enron did, like FTX did, like Bernie Madoff's scam did. That's what DoorDash is going to do to you when they finally get caught with their pants all the way down, which they should have already. But remember, all the people in power right now, all the kings and the queens that don't poop, those people selling you out. All the politicians, they selling you out. All right, Sam Lee is the most, this is Glitch Dash, that bastard. Sam Lee is the most loyal, hardworking dasher Tony Hsiu ever had. The idea that the man's account is deactivated is simply an affront to the senses. If it can happen to Sam Lee, it can happen to anyone. That's exactly right. If there's a more dedicated, accepting, dogged, dedicated dasher than Sam Lee, I don't know exactly who that would be. But Sam Lee got very suspiciously and unceremoniously decapitated for alleged for something that's allegedly called suspicious activity. But here's the deal, right? DoorDash don't have to tell us the truth about anything. DoorDash is a lie. Everything about DoorDash is a lie. Every contract's a lie. Every contract to a consumer is a lie. Every contract to a restaurant's a lie. Every contract to us is a lie. It's not independent at all. So when DoorDash is out there decapitating people for suspicious activity, well, it's their suspicious activity. It's their system. They're the one that built this punitive system where computer AI decapitates people. They're the ones who made a system where you can't even talk to a human about being decapitated. Well, who do you think's suspicious? I think Tony Hsiu's suspicious. I think Andy Fang and Stanley Tang is suspicious. I think DoorDash and Uber and Lyft is suspicious as all hell. These people are fraudsters. They're doing fraud in broad daylight. But see, they're doing fraud to us here in the sewer. So the only way we win is all to band together as the sewer dwellers, join arms, and celebrate the fact that we're going to kick their ass. Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to celebrate together, join arms, and kick their ass. Because that's what we got to do. It's corporate tapeworm. You got to kill it and shit it out. It's just what you got to do. Okay. So number 5, end the gaslighting of app slaves. They've been gaslighting Sam Lee like crazy before they decapitated him. And the undisclosed nature of their gig app AI opponents. That's right, because Sam Lee was playing a gig app opponent. Not DoorDash was not on his side. DoorDash AI was playing against Sam Lee before it decapitated him. Right? DoorDash was trying to destroy Sam Lee from the inside. DoorDash wasn't helping Sam Lee. DoorDash was an inside job destroying Sam Lee, which exploit every selection. Choices don't exist in a simulation. Rather, they're merely selections of presented data. Oh yes, so choices don't exist. There should be a comma in there. I made a proof for it. Choices don't exist in a simulation. There are no choices. You're just getting what you're served up. If I give you my 5 fingers, you don't have the choice of all fingers in the world. You have the choice of my 5 fingers, my big, fat, sausagey 5 fingers. That's the choice you got. You can't have Glitch Dash's fingers. You can't have DoorDash's Rick fingers. You can't have the fingers of a sinful toaster. You're getting my 5 fingers. So you're only getting what I'm presenting to you in an app. You're only getting it. You're not getting the selection of all the world's best fingers. You're getting a selection of all my broken old fat sausage fingers is what you get. And that may not be what you want. You may want my old fat sausage fingers, but that's fine. That's for you to decide. You got to decide in the real world. Trump never signed anything with this many O's. Well, that's probably true. I don't know. See, one of the things politicians figured out there, Simple Toaster, is plausible deniability, right? They'll deny the sun coming up. They'll deny the moon rising. They'll deny day. They'll deny night. They'll deny that you're slaves. They'll say that you're free people when you're slaves. They'll call police. They'll tell you police are here for your safety when police are here to occupy you. You can be lied to all the time. You got to stop believing the lies. That's the problem. When you got a problem, it's because you believe in the lies. And that's why they got you to believe in the gig economy lie, because you believe so many lies, you can't tell what's a lie from the truth anymore. And AI specializes in making sure that you don't understand what's real anymore. That's what AI is here for. Well, we on Sam Lee's side there, Flex. We're on Sam Lee's side. So the Flexi Pants says, Jeff, the amount of money Sam Lee made on DoorDash in a single week has made more than you whole lifetime doing DoorDash. Well, that's not true, Silly Pants. That's not true, Silly Pants. We got a spreadsheet that shows that I made $48,000 on DoorDash, Mr. Flexi Pants. So you're incorrect again, as usual. What does Cruise Dasher say? Being addicted to the apps is a big part of this gig takeover. Of course it is. They made them gamblified and gamified, so meatheads like Mr. Flexi Pants would get addicted to them. And what do we have here? Yeah, the Sam Lee one is fucked up. Makes you think. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Well, remember, Gig Drive and Thrive. Our friend Gig Drive and Thrive told us he got decapitated from Instacart, from Shipt, and from DoorDash. Gig Drive and Thrive got himself a gig channel here where he's telling you his positivity. Nice young man named Kevin. Gig Drive and Thrive been decapitated 3 times. So, is this under your control? Is this not under your control? We can blame ourselves, but if you keep getting decapitated and it ain't under your control, that's a perilous way to live. That's just like living in fear. Yeah, you don't recall. That's what all the DoorDash executives will say when they're facing prison terms too. They're going to go, I don't remember any of it. I don't remember when Tony Hsu told me that these dark patterns should continue because we're not fixing these things. Like, I mean, everything. You listen to The Lounge. It's really funny listening to The Lounge, Flex. I was listening to The Lounge. Flex, you listen to me, son? You always on here spouting stupid. You listen to me, Flex. I was listening to your lounge. You got a whole bunch of people whining out up there about how shitty the gig apps are, how they can't make any money anymore, everything. Are you listening to yourself, Flexi Pants? The jig's up, man. This is shitty, man. This ain't about making money, Flex. You a loser. You're just a loser, Flex. You're a loser acting like you're a winner. It's fucking stupid, man. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Nobody in this space is winning. Nobody is wasting. Nobody is winning. We're talking about civil rights here this morning, Flexi Pants. You can learn something. Okay, so number six right here. Stop harassing drivers, coercing and compelling the acceptance of offers below their known threshold. Glitch Dash says this all the time. He's like, you know where I don't want to go. You know what I won't work for. Why do you keep sending me dog shit? Well, Brian showed this the other day of them sending orders over and over and over and over again. This is harassment. This is criminal harassment. They're trying to make you crash your car into a pole. They're trying to make you crazy. They're trying to make you do things that ain't in their best interest because they're harassing you with corporate harassment. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Put a one in the link in the text chat, Mr. Flex, if you think that's bullshit. Flexi Pants, do you think that's bullshit? Put a 1 in the chat, Flexi Pants, if you think that's bullshit. I want to see if you can actually do something honest here. This is a test for you, Flexi Pants. Okay, allow all laborers, this is number 7. Allow all laborers using gig apps to set automatic offer minimums and limit notifications to independent contracts that meet standards of full and fair disclosure. See, but that would be a fair contract. Ain't no gig app giving you full disclosure and full Dashclosure of the gig apps. You see, there was things called the driver utility helper, right? Duh. It was well named. It was duh. I'm gonna put that in the chat. Looks like Flexi Pants can't make himself type a 1 in there, so duh. All right, so I put duh in the chat. Okay, so that was driver utility helper. Fister Mex. Yeah, well, Fister Mex is having a good time. So Flex, you're going to be put you're going to be put in the bad boy timeout because you're here to fight with people. We ain't here to fight, Flex. We're here to talk about the truth and transparency. We're here to talk about the truth and transparency is what we're here to do. So the app, the driver utility helper, was designed, another one of them third-party apps designed to help people stave off this corporate harassment. But see, those were rigged too. Everybody completing these rigged third-party apps that go on to rigged systems of DoorDash or Uber or Lyft or bots or whatever the fuck they're doing to cheat the system, multiple phones, phones stuck 2 feet up their asshole, corporate butt plugs, tapeworms that are reporting back to the corporate headquarters. All of that, every single bit of that's designed to fleece you and lie to you, right? Everything about that is designed to bamboozle and disrupt and gaslight and make you less successful, more susceptible to their future manipulation. It's very, very evil. It's very evil. Okay, number 8, fully disclose all required mileage, location data, expense, time, driver saturation, and all other known data to laborers in real time. See, here's the thing. Yeah, Flex needs a chalky baba. That is true. Everyone needs a chalky baba from time to time. Flex is out getting his chalky baba. Flex is out getting his chalky baba. Look, see, I don't have myself a chalky baba like the Glitch Dash, but I got myself a coffee cup with a cow on it in honor of Matthew Arredondo from Brownsville, Texas, where the population is Matthew Arredondo and cows. And so I honor the Brownsville in many of my Dad Dash broadcasts. Right. Well, see, this is the problem with gambling, Cruise and Dasher. DoorDash is gambling. Uber is gambling. Lyft is gambling. We all gambling for a living if we're app slaves. We're gambling for a living. We're professional gamblers. And so my friend Cruise and Dasher says it's hard to believe what Dashers are which Dashers are telling the truth because 90% of Dashers lie about how much money they make. Sorry, that's true. That's just like gambling. Everybody goes to the casino and they either won or they broke even. Nobody goes to the casino and comes home and reports back that they lost $500, except Steve asking for slots 13. He films himself losing $500, which is extremely strange to me, but he does it. So if you're into watching people lose money gambling, tune in to Asking for Slots. Asking for Sluts is what? ASKINFORSLOTS. Asking for Sluts. And so you tune in to Asking for Sluts. You can watch Steve Asking for Sluts 13 lose tons of money. It's very fun, very illuminating if you like watching gambling online. But right now they're forcing us to gamble. That ain't right. I don't want to be forced gambling. I don't want forced gambling. So they would have to disclose all that material data to us to have a valid contract so that it ain't gambling. Now, my friend Cruise and Dasher said it's hard to determine which Dashers are telling the truth because 90% of the Dashers lie about how much money they make. Sorry. Again, we link that back to professional gambling and gambling problems like Steve asking for 13 sluts. Right. And for Pedro from the gambling industry. Right. Stanley Tang, one of the founders of DoorDash. He's a degenerate gambler losing more money in seconds than any of all the people in this chat will see in a lifetime. This man will just gamble it on one hand and lose it. That's how little money means to them because they have all of it. You don't have any. You got the moldy Cheetos. I got the moldy Cheetos. Down in the sewer, we work with Cheetos. Up there, they're gambling with real money. We ain't even gambling with real money. We're just gambling with our time. And we lose every time as well. So we're losers. We're the losers down here. But we got to stop losing. We got to choose to stop losing every once in a while. They only win. The house always wins, right? They're taking see, the reason the house always wins is not that everybody's losers. You can have a few winners sprinkled around the casino. The reason the house always wins is that no matter who wins, they're always taking a percentage of the take, and they always win the majority of the time. So as long as you got a majority of losers, you're allowed to have a few winners. That's how King Pedro, the Lion King, came to be the King Pedro. King Pedro was a winner in a world of losers. Nugs is a winner in the world of losers, right? Mr. Fletch is a winner in the world of losers. Always cherry pick. All these folks that are in on the inside deal, Kim's side money plans, Zach drives money trains on payday loans. They're all the winners because they're in on the game. They're in on the game. They're the winners of the casino because they know the people that run in the casino, and they're giving them, like, telling them which machines to go to, telling them which ones got the good odds, telling them which ones might have been just triggered so that they can win. Because this is organized crime, right? Just like the gambling industry, this is just organized crime. DoorDash is just organized crime. The whole gig economy is just organized crime. It's a gamblified industry. It's organized crime. Have I said that it's organized crime? It's organized crime. So, and gig economy corporate collusion. See, you think there's a whole bunch of different companies. You think there's Uber and Lyft and Grubhub and DoorDash and Uber Eats and whatever, right? There's a whole other bunch of non-players, and you think there's a whole bunch of third-party apps driver, utility helper, and Shipped and all these things. None of that's true. None of that's true. There's only one giant corporate cabal that's all together trying to move humanity into app slavery so that they can enslave you, your children, grandchildren, and probably kill most of us within a very few years. That's the plan, right? Because remember, the key to app slavery is you can be decapitated anytime. Any computer that can decapitate you anytime, you better decapitate that computer first. That's just good homespun wisdom, man. What, you gonna sit there with your neck under a chopping block all day, just like I hope that blade don't fall. I hope that blade don't fall. I hope that blade don't fall. I don't want to. Nobody's gonna be playing with you here, Mr. Flex. You don't have a history of being interesting enough to put on my show. If you become interesting enough to put on my show, then I'll put you on my show. You ain't interesting enough, Flex. I ain't never seen you tell the truth about anything. I ain't never seen you tell the truth about anything, Flex. You just ain't interesting enough to be on my show. Okay, so end the gig economy corporate collusion. There's just one big organization that's fleecing you, and then they plant people in your community and give people special privileges like the flexi pants and all the little gangs while you suck in the hind tit. Yeah, that's right, Flex. You getting it. You're going to learn something here, Flex. This is why I'm here to teach you. I'm here to teach you. I don't hate you, Flex. I just want you to learn something. Okay, number 10. Corporations must, under all categories of labor, establish and maintain direct contact and accountability with operational labor. Recourse and access are critical to any level playing field. So let's talk about some bullshit. Well, you know what some bullshit is? Some bullshit is even somebody putting together some review board to see if you got decapitated. How come you need a review board? How come DoorDash can't do it? Well, I'll tell you why DoorDash can't do it, because there ain't no DoorDash. This is a runaway AI system. They don't control it. They don't control who's decapitating you. They set it all in the thing. And this is Megatron, the Borg, Skynet running train on you now and decapitate you anytime it wants to. It decapitate you from all the platforms it wants if it wants to. Just decapitate your cell phone completely probably if it wants to. I'm on some BS. Well, Flexi Pants, you're just going to have to listen. You're just going to have to listen. And if you disagree, then why don't you go on? You just make yourself a case. I'll tune into your show and just watch you make a case for what you think is reality. Okay. So corporations must, under all categories of labor, that means whether you're a W-2, that means whether you're a 1099, that means whether you're an independent contractor, you name it. You could just be human. You could just be a human being. Establish and maintain direct contract and accountability with all operational labor. What does that mean? That means no third-party support. That means if you out in the field, yeah, it is all Bobby's fault. Whoever that Bobby is, it's probably his fault. I don't know Bobby, but it's probably his fault. So if you're out there in the field and you have a problem, you should not be calling third-party support. You should not be calling third-party support who don't know any more about DoorDash than you, and who support isn't empowered to undecapitate Sam Lee. Support can't help Sam Lee. He calls support and go, "Why did I get decapitated?" They're like, "We can't talk to you, man. You got decapitated. We don't know. You violated a 400-page contract. We decapitated you for that, Sam Lee." Well, that don't mean nothing. This is all just a bunch of bullshit. Right? So corporations must, under all categories of labor, even if this is why I tell you, it don't matter if you're independent contractor or W-2. If you can be decapitated by AI, you can be decapitated by AI. You're just sitting there all day with your head on the chopping block, waiting for yourself to be decapitated. What kind of life is that? Living in fear of decapitation, right? And you can't even call the direct company. You get decapitated like Sam Lee. You can't even call DoorDash. You're calling third-party support. No, that's not okay. So I'm saying number 10, your civil rights depend on the fact if you're an independent contractor for somebody, they have to give you direct access to the company. I'll tell you what, I cannot figure out who this Bobby individual is to save my life. Bobby? Who's Bobby? I'll tell you, boy, that boy ain't right. I don't think I do that as well as the Glitch Dash, but I don't know who that Bobby guy is. Yeah, Sinful Toaster. It'd be great if Flex ever. Explained anything. I've never heard Flex explain anything on any subject before. If I had, I might let him on my show. But Flex don't explain anything ever. It's very confusing. Yeah, well, if I had any money, I'd pay Torp to go after Eli too. That's a lot of good fun. You get torqued. You see Torp get torqued. It's a lot of fun. Torp torquing's a sport. If you don't know it, Torp torquing's a sport. There's parts of this globe where Torp torquing's one of the national pastimes. I think if you go to Dubai, I've not been to Dubai, but I believe if you go to Dubai, they're big Torquing fans. They might even have like Torquing festivals where they just torque and they just sit back and watch the man explode. It's a good time. I'd do it too. Torp's an entertaining fellow. I'd watch that guy mow the lawn if he'd just get torqued for me. I'd torque the guy up and watch him mow the lawn. All right. So we understand, right, that this is bullshit that you can't talk directly to DoorDash when they decapitate you. We get that, right? We get that this is bullshit, that you don't have no recourse. And recourse is not some kind of a external board that can judge the bullshit of AI. Recourse is like an actual thing in the system where you can talk to somebody directly and get answers to your questions, because this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. We can't take this bullshit anymore. It's going to kill us. It's going to kill us all. Recourse and access are critical to any level playing field. Well, I stand by that. I stand by that. Drone Days, who sent you? Who sent you, number 2? Who sent you, number 2? Look, man, in order for Flex to stop the drama, Eli, Flex would have to have something of substance to say. I have never seen Flex write or type or say anything of substance. So if Flex ain't got no substance, there's just nothing for us to do to help him other than just keep teaching him. And then, when we got to give him the chalky baba, we give him the chalky baba. When we got to give Flex the chalky baba, we give him a chalky baba, we give him a timeout, and then he'll come back and he'll feel better again. And sooner or later, Flexi Pants might wake up, or Flex might be one of those people that don't want to wake up. Flexi Pants may want to work for the computer boards for the rest of his life. Flexi Pants is a free human being. If Flexi Pants wants to work for corporate AI for the rest of his natural life and put a chip in his brain, he can do that. That's just fine. Flexi Pants could do that, but he can't butt into community conversation and pretend he's got something to say if all he's going to do is spout corporate AI. We already know what the corporate AI and DoorDash marketing said. We read it for ourselves. We already seen it. Flex has to offer something new, and Flex can be a good guy. I don't got no hate for Flex, but he's got to offer something for the thing. Whose people are they, Flex? Whose people you think these are? These aren't your people right here. These aren't your people. These aren't my people. These are our people. These are our people, Mr. Flexi Pants. Where are you? Where are you, Mr. Flexi Pants? You fucking with my people. Flex, you don't got no people. You don't got no people. You lost your place here. The people are right here, Flexi Pants, and everybody's welcome. Robert Reese is welcome. Robert Reese is welcome. People with disabilities is welcome. All the people in the sewers welcome. Eli's welcome. Even that bastard Glitch Dash is welcome. That bastard, if that bastard, the Torp don't even like the Glitch Dash. Torp got torqued at the Glitch Dash. Torp's all torqued at the Glitch Dash. Glitch Dash is still welcome, that bastard. Go figure that out. The Glitch Dash is right here, and he ain't even welcome. But he's welcome. You understand what I'm saying? Because we in the sewer, there's nowhere to go. Flex, you think you can dig a tunnel in the sewer and ain't gonna fill up with shit? Is that what you're trying to is that what you're trying to do? You trying to dig a basement in the sewer that don't fill up with shit? It's just gonna fill up with shit, son. You ain't gonna get to China. You ain't gonna get a sewer. Is somebody offer me $20 for a hug? DoorDash Rick, yes. I will give you $20 for a hug. I will give you, no, you will give me $20 for a hug. DoorDash Rick, I will hug you. I will hug you. Metal Mike, it's fine that you gave your thing. See, again, anybody that thinks that I hate the flexi pants or even the Pedro or whatever, they're not really correct. I don't really got no personal feelings for these people. I do take umbrage to people that blame the victims, for people that are leading people in the wrong direction, for people that are telling lies, misstating things, representing corporate AI as something that might be beneficial to humanity when it's going to kill us all. I take umbrage to that, so I got to teach flexi pants some things. I got to teach flexi pants some things every once in a while, but that's just the way it goes. Sometimes flexi pants needs a chalky bob on. Sometimes you need a chalky bob on. Okay, hold on. We can get back to the civil rights here. So we want a level playing field. So number 11, redesign all gig apps. This is a big job. This is a big job. Might destroy them. See, they might destroy themselves if they did that, but that's not our problem. If their infrastructure does not support fair employment, it's not our problem. Okay. Redesign all gig apps to mute and disable operations while a vehicle is in motion. The status quo of unrestrained driver harassment practices and gig app smartphone interactions qualify both as a massive public safety risk and a hideous violation of our public trust in American field delivery operations. That's right. You know what? If you're out there, hey, Matthew or Dondo, if you're out there delivering for a real delivery company in a truck that they own and all that stuff, they don't allow you to look at mobile devices while you're driving. They'll fire your ass for that. They'll fire your ass for that. But when it's just you and your risk and your car and everything else, they don't care if you live or die. They don't care if you run over people at the crosswalk. They don't care if you crash your car. They don't care if you ruin your car. They don't care if you wear out your tires and your brakes and everything else. That's not their problem, because it's not their fleet anymore. They make it your fleet. They make it your problem, right? So now they got people driving around, distracted driving, looking at 5 different cell phones, not stopping. They're sending notifications while you're turning corners, trying to make you drive off the road. They're trying to make you dead. They're trying to make you dead, son. Then you got people like Mr. Flex here that goes, there ain't no problem. There ain't no problem here. Flexi Pants, you're gumming up our chat. Gumming up our chat. I'm going to go back. I just want to see Glitch Dash laughing, that bastard. He's always laughing at me. All right. So this is my summary for you, because I'm not a writer. Remember, Pedro told you I'm not a writer, so I don't write things. The above numbered details, business practices, and workplace conditions are part of all legitimate and legally operating enterprises, parentheses, or valid contracts in a business world. Of course, the gig economy is anything but a legitimate and legal business model. Thus, fair standards and reasonable conditions will surely put each major corporate perpetrator, DoorDash, Uber, Grubhub, Lyft, out of business, while simultaneously eviscerating. That means pulling out all their organs and their testiculars, everything, eviscerate them, pulling them all out from the inside, like some barbaric medieval kind of situation, simultaneously eviscerating the gig apps. And remember, they're undead. They're like vampires. If you like stick a stake in their heart, you pull out and eviscerate them, you crush their testiculars, they ain't even really human. So you can kill gig apps. It ain't going to kill it. It ain't going to hurt anybody. It's just going to make the world a better place for humans, right? Simultaneously eviscerating and publicly executing, the gig economy, because that's fake. Remember, it's unicorns. You can execute all the unicorns you want to. Them unicorns got to go. They're not real. As is just and right for societal good. Let's read that again, because I like that sentence. Of course, the gig economy is anything but a legitimate and legal business model. Thus, fair standards and reasonable conditions will surely put each major corporate perpetrator, DoorDash, Uber, Grubhub, and Lyft, out of business, while simultaneously eviscerating and publicly executing the gig economy as is just and right for societal good. Okay, then. So it must be. That's what has to happen for the good and survival of humanity. That's the summary for you. And that's been read, Mr. Flexi Pants, 3,914 times on Twitter. Oh, here's a good one, right? $15 is much too low, an old goal. We must demand more, such that laborers can work sane weekly hour loads with humane schedules and in workplaces that support human dignity. 2023 is a fine time to renew the concept of human dignity and respect in employment. And see, this is an AI picture of people drowning. This is people drowning in the corporate pool. I made that. Who amongst us wants to futilely slave for tyrants and never even catch up, much less have peace and hope for the future, which arrives via food, work, and housing security? The eternally suffering proletariat, that's you, is drowning. That's us in the sewer. We're drowning. Getting our noses above water for a moment isn't going to save us. It's past time for concrete civil rights and equal protection under the law for all workers, even you flexi pants, not some, Pedro, not many, not most, all workers, all workers, all workers. Let's put that in the chat. Let's put that in the chat. All workers, right? This is how we become the 40 million, not the 40. Okay, so this is how we become all workers, the 40 million, not the 40. FlexiPants is so confused. FlexiPants thinks we're debating the merits of individual members of the community. FlexiPants, we don't have that power. We're just all here in the sewer together. We ain't debating the individual attributes and characteristics of every one of the 40 million here together in the sewer. That can be something you do on your channel, FlexiPants. That can be something you can do on your channel, FlexiPants. Flex, you can eat beef ribs for the rest of the year now. Okay, yeah, you probably can. We can go for the 40 million, not the 40, right? We don't need the top 40. We don't need the American top 40. We don't need the elite 40. We need the 40 million of people living in equality. So, anybody can put in the chat something substantive. That's not you, Flex. But if you put something substantive in the chat about equity and fair employment, and any of those type of things, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear you. If somebody thinks that the gig economy and app slavery is good for humanity, I'd like you to tell me about that. I'd like you to tell me about that in the chat, and I'll just read it off. Now, FlexiPants, even you can write something of substance, and if you write something of substance, I will read it. But you got to write something of substance first. You got to write something of substance first, and that's easier said than done for you, Mr. FlexiPants. What do we got here? What do we got here in the chitter chatter? What do we got here in the chitter chatter? Chitter shitter. This is the chitter shitter. Oh, look, it's me streaming on the interwebs. No, see, Flex, you got it wrong. You got it wrong, Flex. Flex says, well, I'm going to help you out, Flex. Flex says, even Roy told you this, Flex. I listened to your friend Roy tell you this. I listened to multiple people tell you this. You're just such a slow learner, Flex. You just refuse to learn. You're being intentionally ignorant. Yeah, Matthew protects the nature trail. You try and mess with his cows on the nature trail, you're going to get a Matthew Arredondo like, hi, you will not mess with my cows. I'm in Brownsville, Texas. I'm Matthew Arredondo. You will not mess with my cows. If you mess... Matthew Arredondo ain't gonna let nobody mess with his cows on the nature trail. Matthew Arredondo ain't gonna let anybody. Yeah, ain't gonna let any harm come to people on the nature trails. We appreciate that, Matthew Arredondo. We appreciate your cows. There's a cattle boss. Matthew's a cattle boss. Matthew's a smart individual too. Matthew's getting a master's degree. Matthew's going to be one of our educated fellers that can help lead the future. See, because this old guy, I'm not the future. I'm old. I'm 55 years old. I ain't the future. I got kids that are growing up. They're the future. Matthew Arredondo's the future. You're the future. Glitchdash is the future. I'm the past. I like being the past. I like being old. Old suits me just fine. I couldn't be Dad Dash if I wasn't old, and I like being Dad Dash. I always wanted to be Dad Dash. I love being Dad Dash. I might be Dad Dash for the rest of my natural life. What was I doing? I had some notion. Oh yeah, I was going to explain something to Flexi Pants. Flexi Pants. Talking to you right here. Nobody has to protect each other down here because we all peaceful. Sewer ain't a war zone. This is like jail. We're all like being in jail. And in the jail, all the street beefs are off. And the problem with you, Flexi Pants, is you got a street beef with a guy named Eli. I don't care about your street beef with Eli, okay? We're down here in the jail. I've been in jail. I've been in jail with the real prisoners that killed people and done all kinds of stuff that we really don't want happen in society. It was very educational for me. I like those people very much. They like me quite a bit too because I'm into civil rights. I understand them. They understand me. I enjoyed the walk times quite a bit while I talked to people that murdered people and had psychological problems and all kinds of legal problems. Some of them were guilty, some of them were innocent, right? But they're all in jail in solitary confinement. That's the one thing we had in common. But see, one thing we got in common is we're all in jail in solitary confinement, just like being down here in the gig economy, in the poverty sewer with the poverty pimps and everybody, right? Down here in the sewer, all the street beefs are off, Flexi Pants. All the street beefs are off. You keep trying to carry street beefs into my labor revolution, into our labor revolution. Right? The street beefs are off, Flexi Pants. You can't bring street beefs into my prison. We're down here in the sewer. You can't bring your street beefs down in the sewer. We don't want to have no fights. We don't have no time for fighting each other in the sewer, right? I think Glitch Dash is pointing out some very, very important things that as a fart sniffer, Flex is having trouble understanding that the sewer smelling like poo-poo is just how it's always going to smell, right? It's just always going to smell, but we get used to it. We're down here in the sewer. I know you don't want to come down here in the sewer with us. You liked exploiting the people in the sewer and having your little club of friends that were doing better than the sewer. But you got to just be down here with us anymore. There's nobody now that Glitchgate came. The illusion's over, right? There's no multi layers to the sewer anymore. You were up like almost at street level. You're not at street level anymore. We're just all down here in the same sewer. We're just all down here in the same sewer. Well, Flex and Torp are both fine men. That's I don't know Flex as somebody that tells the truth very much. That's what bothers me about the Flexi Pants. Is Flexi Pants got a whole different worldview than I do. He likes to do things like call names and called me a bottom leecher. Well, sure, I'd be a bottom leecher, Flexi Pants. I'm already telling you, I live in the sewer with you. Well, who else do you think in the sewers? There's bottom leechers like me. Bottom leechers like the Flex Dash, like the Glitch Dash. Bottom leechers like the Brian. All the people that care about the people. Oh, I got myself the best job ever, Flexi Pants. I got myself my dream job. My dream job's right for you. I never had a better job. Only job I ever had better than this is being a dad. Dad's the best job ever. This is the second best job ever writing for you people. That's the second best job ever. I like it very much. Flexi Pants. I'm a very happy individual. I'd like to see you be a happy individual. You seem very angry right now. You seem like you just want to keep bringing your street beefs into my nice, friendly prison and my nice, friendly jail. I don't want your street beefs in my nice, friendly jail. We all get along just fine here. We watch each other's back here in the jail because we're all we got. It's the man and it's us, and the man wants us dead. Oh, Flexi Pants, you're just pedantic and tiring is what you are, Flexi Pants. I don't mind having you here, and I know people love you. I hope I learn to love you someday, Flexi Pants. I really hope I do. That would make me very happy. That would make me extremely happy. Thank you, Glitch Dash. Glitch Dash giving me something to say here while I'm thinking. Glitch Dash says, many people in this community also feel that Mr. Flex has a problem with accepting responsibility and apologizing for his mistakes. I have also heard that, Glitch Dash, and I share that feeling myself. I feel like Flex has not been honest with us, and that bothers me. And that bothers me even in the Glitch date, that Flex was the guy that wanted to keep all this quiet, right? Always Cherry Pants wanted to expose this to the world. Mr. Flexi Pants did not want to expose this to the world. Mr. Flexi Pants liked his special corporate cabal where he could make money and not have a level playing field. Mr. Flexi Pants don't want to play in a level playing field with Thomas Glitch Schubeck. Mr. Flexi Pants don't want to play on a level playing field with Thomas Glitch Schubeck. Mr. Flexi Pants thinks he's better than Thomas Glitch Schubeck. Mr. Flexi Pants thinks he's better than me. He thinks he's better than Jeff Thomas Black. He thinks he's better than Dad Dash. Mr. Flexi Pants thinks he's the king of the world, just like the Pedro. Mr. Flexi Pants probably doesn't poop. Maybe deflect. I don't know. Do you poop, Mr. Flexi Pants, or are you like Kim Jong-un, who did not poop? Mr. Flex Pants, do you make movies, and are you the father of golf? Can you shoot holes in one nonstop? Flex with the kid, it took your ball and went home. Yeah, Flex wants to take the ball and go home, but we can't let him do that. Flex, this is the problem, man. Even if we'd like to agree with you, we can't, man. We ain't trying to be mean to you, Flex. You're being mean to yourself. You're trolling yourself, Flexi Pants. Mr. Flex, I don't know anything about you. From what I've seen, you seem like an asshole. Well, that is true. That is true, Matthew Arredondo. Many people feel that way because when Flex comes in, he just attacks people, uses ad hominems and names. And Mr. Flex rarely comes or never comes with receipts. He just wants you to take his word for it. He wants you to take his word for the fact of who should be kicked out of your sewer. I don't know where you make anybody go when you kick them out of the sewer because there ain't nowhere to go but up. Can't really kick anybody up to street level. We just all down here in the sewer. So I think Flex is working in futility. Yeah, there ain't no Pedro. Pedro's a joke. Like Pedro's a joke. Dad Dash is a joke, and you're making yourself a joke, Mr. Flexi Pants. You're making your joke. Yeah, I've never even done that in my entire life. That's a fact, Mr. Metal Mock. I'm not much of a druggie. Never have been. I might get into it later. In my life, I'm thinking when I get into the 90s, if I live that long, I might turn into a junkie or something for fun. Anyway, I've never had that substance. You're talking about that. That's not something I'm familiar with. I do like myself the legal marijuana, however. Flexi Pants, you got nothing to say, man. You're just such a slow learner, man. You got nothing to say. You got nothing to say, man. You're still just spinning the same stuff. Pedro. Pedro's a joke. You's a joke. Dad Dash is a joke. We now have a community that is built on the joke of Glitchgate, which is you and your pals. It's all a joke on you, and it's funny, and we ain't going to stop laughing about it ever. It's hysterical. Everything's about it. It's fucking hysterical, Mr. Flexi Pants. That's the problem. We ain't going to let it go because it's fucking entertaining. It's funny. It's funny shit. Funny shit. Pedro. Look, man, the idea of going into a bathroom, closing the door, turning off the lights, saying Pedro, and having the bing, Pedro pop up in the mirror and go like, hey, you will not talk about me. I am Pedro. That's hilarious. That's objectively hilarious, Mr. Flexi Pants. If you don't think that's hilarious, you just don't have a good sense of humor. You just need yourself a better sense of humor. That's funny shit. That's funny shit. Well. Watch out, Drone. Who's gonna come? Who's gonna come? They're gonna be coming for you. Watch out, Drone saying that shit. He'll be coming. That's right. You say Pedro, but remember, you got to be in a bathroom with the door closed and the light off. It's a conscious act. You ain't accidentally going to invoke the Pedro by accident. That's not going to happen. That's never happened. That's never even happened once. Yeah, that Flexi Pants is really something. Yeah, Flexi Pants is really something. I have never in my life seen an individual more in need of a Chalky Baba. I've never in my life seen an individual with a greater need for an immediate emergency Chalky Baba. And that's an absolute fact. That is an absolute fact. Mr. Flex needs a Chalky Baba. I just gave him a Chalky Baba. He's over in the baby corner. Mr. Flex is fine. Don't worry about him. He's fine. He's just over in the baby corner with the Chalky Baba. We need Glitch Dash back. We are slammed. Well, sure. Now, the Glitch Dash took the night off last night. I went to sleep and I woke up and there was no Glitch Dash from the overnights. So Glitch Dash, the Glitch Dash took the night off. So I'm hoping we got the Glitch Dash, like the super Glitch Dash tonight with the extra popcorn energy from Grand Rapids, and I'm gonna bet that we do, because he's a hardworking man. So we're all looking forward to tonight. We get to relax ourselves with some Glitch Dash tonight, some ASMR. We listen to Glitch Dash and we just like, oh, Glitch Dash, I can fall asleep now. I fall asleep to Glitch Dash. Glitch Dash is like my little angel. He just sits up on my shoulder. It's talking about, Glitch Dash, how you doing? He goes, I'm fine, Jeff. And I go, Glitch Dash, Glitch Dash, tell me something funny. And then he tells me something funny. I go, Glitch Dash, can you tell these people they're being enslaved by app slavery? And he goes, you guys all being enslaved by app slavery. You need to wake the fuck up, you dumb motherfuckers. I love that man. I love the man. It's like a little angel on my shoulder. It's like a little angel and the man can stuff a taco. The man, listen. The man's an expert taco stuffer. Not only is he an expert taco stuffer, do you know that Glitch Dash, Thomas Schubeck, and I lived in Bloomington, Indiana at the very same time, in the very same place, in the very same part of space-time continuum? Now, that's weird. That's weird. Of all the places in the world, the Glitch Dash, Thomas Schubeck, and Jeff Thomas Black could end up, we was both in Bloomington, Indiana, in the same part of the space-time continuum. And I think that bastard even served me at the worst Taco Bell in the actual entire lower 48 states of America. I don't know about the Taco Bells in Alaska. I don't know about the Taco Bells in Hawaii. But I can tell you that Glitch Dash, that bastard Thomas Schubeck, worked in the most hellish Taco Bell in the lower 48 in Bloomington, Indiana, right downtown there, where it ain't even got a parking lot, son. It ain't even got a parking lot. It's just got like a little turnaround and a couple parking spots, and then you got to go in there. Look, man, I never went in there except early in the morning when there were no other cars, and you can go up there and get to the window and say yourself hi to Thomas Schubeck. And I may have a false memory, but I'm pretty sure Thomas Schubeck served me at that window. I may have a false memory of just imagining red-haired fellers and in Taco Bell windows giving me service while I'm door dashing, but I don't think so. I think it was really the Thomas Schubeck. Anyway, I've been to the same Taco Hell where that man stuffed tacos till he could stuff no more, or till he could stuff no more tacos. And, so Thomas Schubeck and I already shared a special place in hell without even knowing it. We shared a special place in the hell of Bloomington, Indiana, without even knowing it. Taco Bell manager. For $14, you might be able to get that feller to stuff you a taco. I don't know if you'll get him full time, but he might stuff you one taco for $14. I'm going to poverty pimp that Glitch Dash out for $14 taco stuffing. I'm going to poverty pimp that Glitch Dash Thomas Schubeck out for $14 poverty taco stuffing. I'll give you a gig, Glitch Dash. Oh, drone days! If I let Flex go up this thing and turn into a 3-ring fucking clown car circus, man. Flex don't even know how to stay relevant for one message in a chat, man. Flex can't even get one relevant message, man. Not one. I only need one. Like, if Flex would just be real for like 1 second, not using ad hominems and calling me crazy and all that kind of shit. But Flex can't do that, man. Flex can't control himself yet. Flex don't have self-discipline and control like Dash and Q was talking about. Flex lacks self-control. Car is not going to be repaired until at least next Wednesday. Impossible to find parts for Honda Prelude. Fucking A. Same thing happened to me, Glitch Dash. When my fucking water pump and timing belt blew in a 103-degree day in Bloomington, Indiana, I literally called right there. I'd had my car serviced at the Volkswagen dealership the entire time I've been living in Bloomington, Indiana, which was like a year and a half at that point. And I called that dealership and I'm like, hey, I just got this thing on and I think my water pump just blew. It's all boiling over and stuff. And they go like, well, you could bring it to us, but we can't even look at it for 3 weeks. And I said, what? What do you mean? He said, we don't have time to even look at it. And I said, what do you mean you don't have time to look at it? You mean I'm just sitting here out of business for 3 weeks with the dead car? And they go, yep. And so that was really bad. That happened to me too, Glitch Dash. And it took me over a couple $1,000s and over 5 weeks, I think maybe 6 weeks to get my car back. And it's just about fucked me out of living altogether. It just about fucked me out of house and home. So we know what happens in that Bloomington, Indiana, don't we, Glitch Dash? Nothing good sometimes. Nothing good sometimes. Uh-oh, we're hearing from the Taco Bell manager again. Glitch Dash, get your ass back here. Too many customers. See, that's the thing, right? Glitch Dash was like a pillar of Taco Bell. Glitch Dash's taco stuff and was like pillars. You got yourself pillars. Like you got this pillar and that pillar and this pillar. You got pillars, shit, and then, I don't know. It's like, so you get yourself, this is Taco Bell. So this is Taco Bell. And this is, see what happens? You see what happens? You see what happens when you get a Glitch Dash Schubeck as a pillar, and then the Glitch Dash Schubeck leaves, your shit falls down. Shit's all falling apart. That was a graphic representation of Taco Bell in Bloomington, Indiana, falling apart. Well, see, but you know, Thomas Glitch Dash Schubeck loves his car. He loves his car. And as Thomas Glitch Dash Schubeck is also telling you, it's literally the worst time in U.S. history to replace a car. So this is the thing about being in poverty and desperation. Poverty and desperation. I've been living in poverty and desperation. Thomas lives in poverty and desperation because we in the sewer down here together with the Flexi Pants. Now, see, Flexi Pants thinks he's better than us, but he ain't. Okay, so we're living down here in, people used to ask the people in Katrina, remember Katrina? And people said, all you people that are dying and starving and drowning, why didn't you leave? And they're like, well, we didn't have any money, we didn't have any car, and we didn't have any place to go. That's why we didn't leave before the storm hit us. And see, we think the same thing with the gig economy. They're like, why don't you leave the gig economy and get a job? And it's because, well, there ain't no jobs. Well, why don't you leave the gig economy for another part of the gig economy? Well, there ain't no other parts of the gig economy. I'm on all the waiting lists like Glitch Dash and Meaty Mama, right? I'm just on the waiting list for food. I'm on the waiting list to house myself because I could be decapitated at any time like Sam Lee, right? That's the gig economy. That's the gig economy. Arizona Prod says that this Honda Prelude's worth more than most beaters. That's one thing. So let's see what the Glitch Dash Thomas Schubeck says. I'll only be able to get a couple bucks for it. Different one will be outrageously. That's right. See, here's the problem. Here's the problem. You sell your car, they want to make a profit off you selling your car, and then you buy a used car, they want to make a profit off you buying a used car. So every time you flip your car over, every time you flip cars, you're losing money. Thomas Glitch Dash Schubeck can't be affording to lose money. And it's a salvage title, which means that the market value, this is another big thing, right? This is the market value of his car is such devalued such that it's not even worth anything, right? He's going to get bupkis for it. He's going to get what Mr. Flex learned in school, which is nothing. He's going to get what Mr. Flexi Pants learned in school, which is nothing. You don't want nothing up. You don't want nothing up here. You don't want nothing for your car. Well, you don't want a head full of nothing. You don't want a head full of nothing. Okay, Taco Bell's up in their offer. Taco Bell's playing a game. Maybe this is Taco Bell AI. Maybe this Taco Bell manager's AI. Okay. How about 14.50 an hour, Glitch? Well, now you're in the wheelhouse. Now you're raising it 50 cents. 192,000 miles on the Glitch Mobile. $192,000 on miles on the Glitch Mobile. Yeah, we got problems in both holes. That is the problem. It's the problem with the digital processing. It's a problem with the DP, with the digital processing. The DP, Stephen Arrow. If you get the DP, the digital processing, you get DP in both holes of the gig economy. The digital processing. That's like the corporate. That's like the corporate butt plug and the tapeworm. Just bad things gonna happen. Hello, dickheads. From the Jaded Driver. Hello, Jaded Driver. That's a very jaded thing of you to say. That's a very jaded thing of you to say. Salvage From being stolen, correct. Right. Okay. So he's got a salvage title because it was stolen, then it was somehow unstolen. He got it back. Somebody got it back from the people that steal cars. And now it's got a salvage title, which means it's worth basically nothing. But it's worth something for Glitch Dash to be driving around. It's worth a lot for Glitch Dash to be driving around. Yeah, nice to see you, Jaded Driver. But we got to get the Glitch Dash Thomas Schubeck back on the road. We got to get that Glitch Dash Thomas Schubeck back on the road. We got to get that Sam Lee back on the road, man. If you don't know, we're going to give the Sam Lee community update here. Let's see what Necro says. You got to spend to make money. You can write those car maintenance into taxes. Well, yeah, but see, if you got no money, you can't spend to make money. That's what people with money say is like, you got to spend money to make money, but you got to have money to spend money. And this is a game of keep away. We're sitting here with moldy Cheetos here, Necro. We can't spend our moldy Cheetos and get money back for them. We can't spend our moldy Cheetos. Oh, yeah, it's a fucking joke. Oh, Glitch Dash got this from police auction. Very nice, Glitch Dash. Very nice. Where did I see that? What did I do? Click on the wrong thing. It was purchased at police auction. When I lived in New York, when I lived in Long Island, New York, when I was a young fella, my car got stolen and they destroyed it. They destroyed it. And in those days, it had an Oregon license plate on it. So they entered the information for the stolen car wrong. So it was parked over there in Queens for a number of days before somebody finally entered the license plate as an Oregon license plate and found the car stolen instead of a New York license plate, which would not come up as stolen. The numbers weren't even right. So anyway, I got that car back. They cracked the steering column. They did all kinds of stuff. The thing would lock up when I was turning a corner. The thing would lock up. So I had to get rid of that car after that. They ruined it when they stole it. They drove it over curbs and cracked my steering column and all that. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun back in the day. Steve asking for 13 slots is an expert in filling pie holes and cornholes. That is true. That is true. Steve, look, man, Steve asking for slots likes a lot of slots, right? Steve asking for slots. He ain't asking for slots for nothing. He likes filling those slots, right? You filling the slots, it's a whole thing. It's a Steve asking 13 thing. He goes slot filling with his wife. Asking for slots. You can ask him for slots. You can go to the channel yourself. You can go to the channel yourself. Arizona Prod, Glitch Dash confirms there are no collisions. This is a news update. We're getting a fact check here. There are no collisions on the Glitch Mobile. There have been no collisions on the Glitch Mobile. Thank you. You know, Cincy up there, this is Torp country. You know, Torp wasn't that far away from me down in Kentucky and getting all torqued. And you got Cincinnati up there. You got your Indianapolis. You got your Bloomington. You got all kinds of cities up there. There's a lot of cities in the center of this country, actually. Is Mr. Flex hiring? That's a good question, Matthew Arredondo. Mr. Flex, are you hiring? Can you employ any of the people here in the chat outside of app slavery? Mr. Flex, you can put a comment in here if you are available to employ anybody in the chat. Please, thank you, Mr. Flex. Yes, scam. It's always a scam to put a salvage, right? Because if you have a salvage, well, okay, so it's good to notice that, but you know, it's just a scam to devalue things, right? They just want to make more money off you. If a car frame has been straightened, it's been updated to new condition by a mechanic, that should have some value. But see, they want to put a salvage title on it so they can sell you more used cars, sell you more new cars, everything else. Let's see, Matthew Arredondo typed something that actually has some length to it. We're going to assume it has some substance since it comes from Brownsville, Texas. Mr. Flex, do you know that people came to gig work from abusive W-2 jobs and or they do gig work on the side because their W-2 doesn't pay enough? You know anything about that, Mr. Flex? Very good questions, Matthew Arredondo. That's a very good question, because that's right. If you're being abused in a W-2 or you're being abused in gig work, you're just being abused. Don't matter. If you're being abused in gig work and you go back to a W-2 that's being abusive, that ain't no good. How about we stop being abused down here in the sewer and we stop abusing each other, right? Stop abusing ourselves. If you're abusing yourself, you should stop. You know, I mean, there might be some ways you could abuse yourself that'd be a good time, but even that, you could probably overdo it. You could probably overdo the abusing yourself, but don't abuse yourself by blaming yourself for the fraud of the gig economy. Yeah, don't abuse yourself for that. Yeah, see, they want to deflate everything. They want to deflate everything. Okay, so see, they're going to make Glitch Dash. This Taco Bell manager offering to make Glitch Dash almost a king of Taco Bell. He's offering him 50 cents more than the average worker. Well, of course, Flexi Pants, literally one of the rarest cars on earth. God bless the Prelude. Let us all take a moment of silence for the Prelude. Let's pray for the Lude. Amen. Amen. For Thomas Glitch Dash Prelude. No. Now listen, Mr. FlexiPants got it right. Quit telling people to stop driving for DoorDash. You got it. Stop driving for DoorDash. That's exactly right. Why would they stop driving for DoorDash FlexiPants? Because DoorDash is app slavery. DoorDash is a tapeworm. All they got to do is kill the DoorDash, shit it out, and life gets better. DoorDash brings nothing to any of us, just stealing all the nutrients out of our system, and then it puts a corporate butt plug up you, which you got. You're all stopped up there, Flexi Pants, with the corporate butt plug. You got the DoorDash tapeworm. You got a closed system. That's Flexi Pants. Why you're suffering from the testicular overpay. That's why you're here acting a fool. You're suffering from testicular overpay. It gets into your head like a tsetse fly. You're just walking around in circles, Mr. Flex, like with the tsetse fly, because you got the testicular overpay. You just walking around in circles. Yeah, he lacks critical thinking. He does lack critical thinking. But again, we don't hate Mr. Flexi Pants for lacking critical thinking. Most of the United States citizens are either intentionally or unintentionally ignorant and lack critical thinking. They're sleeping. They're sleeping, Matthew. So we got to tell them, like, wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I would agree with that, Robert Reese. Using people as props for your personal beefs in the gig economy is pretty fucking stupid. I think we should stop that. I think we should stop using anyone for our personal beefs. This is a sewer. All the personal beefs are off in the sewer. We got no personal beefs here in the sewer of the gig economy, where we're trying to save each other and save our future generations and our children. Okay, so we're going to leave the personal beefs behind, Mr. Flexi Pants. We're just tired of them. And that means you can stop abusing the developmentally disabled people, or people that might have some autism or other things. You can stop exploiting those people for your agenda of personal vendettas, because we don't care anymore, Flexi Pants. We don't want to play. We don't want to play. Well, you know, I mean, I'll say that to Eli too. I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I ain't watching anybody chasing anybody down. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about personal beefs. This is the sewer. All the personal beefs are off in the sewer. This is like jail. We're in the jail here. No, all personal beefs. Yeah, I'm telling people to quit DoorDash because it's a corrupt business model, and because life will get better as soon as DoorDash dies. You just watch. You ain't going to miss the tapeworm. Nobody's ever missed the tapeworm after they shit it out, Mr. Flex. Not one person has ever missed a tapeworm that they shit out. So, Mr. Flexi Pants, you're just wrong. You're just wrong. You're just plain wrong. I can't do any more than just tell you what the truth is, Flexi. Yeah, ask your dad. Ask your dad. Coach Snuff. I've never seen you before, Coach Snuff, but you got a funny name. I assume you're a funny individual. I assume you're a funny individual. Well, I'll tell you, I'm just about getting tired of my own voice. So let's walk this thing back out the door, and we'll let Mr. Flexi Pants and the rest of the yeah, we see that's one of the things I'm going to say here to Robert Reese, right? Is Robert Reese is very clear with his communications. Like, you can say what you like about Robert Reese, but he's going to be very clear and precise with his communications, and I appreciate that about the Robert Reese. He's very direct. You know, if you need to know about a shark, Robert Reese is going to tell you the truth about a shark. If you need to know about disabled people and autism, Robert Reese is going to tell you the truth about that. If you need to know about animal husbandry, Robert Reese will tell you about that. He's an honest individual. He's got a lot of experience. He's a smart guy, got a nice wife, who's also a contributor in the community. Robert Reese is, you know, how many people have their family in the community like Robert Reese? How many people have their wife in the community? You know, that seems like somebody I might be able to trust, is what that sounds like. Somebody that has enough honesty and integrity to bring his family into the community like Robert Reese does. That seems pretty trustworthy to me. I like that. I like that. And I do think we should stop going after each other, but I'm not the cops either, right? I mean, if people want to handle personal beefs, I ain't going to be out there trying to make peace for everybody. I got other stuff to do. I got to write you a book and everything, right? If you guys all want to have a mud wrestling in the sewer, you can mud wrestle in the sewer, but I ain't going to do it. I'm too old to mud wrestle. I'm retired from the mud wrestling. Okay. All right. Let's see where we're going to go here. We're gonna walk ourselves right out of this special edition, the civil rights edition of the full Dashclosure audiobook and podcast. If I ever get some time, I might actually put them back up on the podcast. But you got to know, you can go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audible. You can go anywhere and you can find the full Dashclosure audiobook and podcast. You can listen to the first 3 chapters of the book, listen to a whole bunch of podcasts. I haven't had time to put a lot of stuff into podcast forms lately because I've been doing a lot of live broadcasts for you. Ain't worried so much about that, but there's a lot of material. If you're in your car, you go to any of your podcatchers, you put in the full Dashclosure audiobook and podcast, and you're going to find the full Dashclosure audiobook and podcast. You can listen to it for free on any of your networks. That's kind of fun. I think that's a good thing. And I plan to continue that with the final book as well, as you're going to be able to listen to that in audiobook. That audiobook will come right with the regular book. You're just going to be able to listen to that anytime you want. Anytime you want. Get all nimbly-pimbly with it. All right. It's time. I want you to join in with me here. Whoops. If I don't screw it up. This is a beautiful tradition that we have, because we have ourselves down here in the sewer. We have ourselves a tremendous and wonderful neighborhood. This has been a Dad Dash production. Dad Dash, Jeff Thomas Black. We appreciate everybody in the chat, even Flexi Pants. Thanks for joining us today. Hello to all the cows in Brownsville. We wish Matthew Ardando and the cows all a good day. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please, won't you be my neighbor? Thank you, neighbor. Y'all have a good day.